Welcome to episode number 53 of the Keep Up Podcast,
where we fold your socks backwards.
That one's real weird.
I want to be prepared
Yeah.
for sock folding. Do you think there's competition for sock folding?
I bet there is,
Who
and I
can
bet
fold?
it's in Japan.
Absolutely. How do you think they fold them? Like,
Well,
do you think
the rolly one?
yeah, like the ball
Is there any
method?
other way to fold them?
I mean, some people fold them like...
What a bunch of freaks.
Freak!
That's weird. You
Yeah.
do the bally one, right?
Yeah, that's the only way.
I don't know of another way. That would just be murder to
Yeah.
fold them individually.
Well, people say they come...
Or the way
like-
you buy them, they're folded. Maybe
Yeah.
that wouldn't be. Maybe that's not bad.
Well, I've heard of people like doing it, which sounds funny, but like not alphabetically, like color coding it. Alphabetically? I know. How do you fold socks alphabetically? Let's think about that for a second. There's no way.
Well, color coded, like what? The way you put them away?
Yeah. So if there's whites, but there's different shades of white.
Those are called gray and black. Black's not a shade of white. What's a shade of white?
Well, isn't black the absence of color?
Yeah.
So white is all colors? Is that the logic behind that?
Yeah, I think so.
But if you mix all colors together, you get like,
Brown.
yeah, you get like gross brown.
Those are finger paint rules, though.
I see. So we're talking not finger paint rules. We're talking
Right, it's the other kind.
Van Gogh spectrum.
Yes.
Okay.
That is what they call it.
That's, I mean,
VGS.
yeah, I know my art.
You do.
Yeah.
I've always said that about you.
That's
People
why I
say,
was
tell me
born.
about your brother. And I tell them two things. They
Yeah.
say, one, chicken.
That's perfect.
Two, the man knows his art.
Yeah.
And that's it.
I mean, Starry Night and Chicken in the Sky.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite two paintings.
Exactly.
I don't think I know either of those.
I hope Chicken in the Sky is a painting.
I do too. If there is, I'll have it flash up right now.
I'm Googling it right now.
Okay, Chicken in the Sky.
Right
now,
now.
do you think it'll be a chicken nugget?
Right now.
Or do you think it's just like a flying chicken?
Right now.
I mean, chickens don't fly.
Right now.
They can fly if you throw them.
Right now.
Right now?
Hang on.
What?
Chicken in the Sky painting.
Yes.
I mean, I'm going to tell you, a couple beautiful things came up.
Mm-hmm. Let me see. What's that
One is chickens running across a field with
Uh-huh.
a bunch of clowns behind them.
Yeah, of
Then
course.
there's this super chicken.
That thing is ready. That looks like an anime chicken.
Yes, I just want, anybody, feel free to Google Chicken in the Sky painting,
Mm-hmm.
and you won't be entirely disappointed.
I mean, they might be if they're expecting anything else.
Right. When you Google it, expect paintings of roosters and whatnot.
Okay.
Chickens.
Chickens.
Anyways.
So, speaking of chickens,
Yeah.
they get chopped up. Have you
Yeah.
ever been stabbed? What do you think is the worst injury with a knife you've had? That was my transition.
What a roller coaster.
I know. Well, because, I mean, you got to
So speaking of chickens,
Yes.
are we in stupid questions?
I mean, I don't think it's stupid questions. The cats are about to fight to the
they're
death.
gonna fight.
Here we go.
Oh! They're scared now because we're yelling.
We're yelling. I mean, it could be a stupid question. I don't think it's stupid to ask if you've ever been stabbed before.
Have I been stabbed?
How about a knife? What is the worst injury you've had with a
Worst
knife?
injury I've had with a knife
Mm-hmm.
is probably when I had an infection in my leg and then the doctor cut it open.
Ow. But that's like surgically.
I know. That's just the first thing I thought of.
I mean, I guess
Isn't that weird? Is surgery being injured? Aren't you technically getting an injury when you're getting surgery?
Yeah, but it's...
This feels like a stupid question.
Yeah, no, it seemed to transition into that. Yeah, I mean, I guess you are being injured to be saved.
I mean, it's for the greater good,
Yeah.
but you're attaining an injury, I feel like.
Yeah, so I guess if you could say, like, if you were ever stabbed, surgery could fall into that category.
So outside of for the greater good,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the worst. I haven't had any. I've had some close calls with knives.
Mm-hmm.
I have a switchblade that I use at work, and sometimes
A switchblade, not a box cutter?
no, it's like it's spring loaded. You know what I mean?
God,
It's one of
yeah,
the
yeah.
flings open. But the thing is, when it's spring loaded, it also closes pretty quickly. So if you're holding it and you have like your fingers wrapped around it, the other day I had my fingers wrapped around like where the knife goes, and so I pushed it closed while I was like holding it.
Yeah.
And my fingers were going over, but
Yeah, where it like closes
the
down
blade was
into.
dull enough to like not hurt, but it like just closed down on my fingers.
Oh.
And I've done that before, and I've gotten like a cut, but
Yeah.
nothing crazy. I don't think actually, nothing with knives.
No, nothing.
Why? I feel like you have something gross to
Well,
tell me.
I showed you my.
Oh yeah, is that what happened?
Yeah, so this is my worst injury with a knife, anyways.
Okay.
I think I haven't really had that many injuries. I've had a pretty sheltered life. I mean, I've died a lot of games. That hurts my moral being.
What's the most violent death you've ever experienced in a video game?
Easy. Dead Space 2.
I was just gonna say Dead Space. It's gotta be.
That is so brutal. Mortal Kombat's pretty rough too. But anyways,
That's true.
So at work, I work at a restaurant. We use sharp knives, chef knives. Probably the sharpest knives you'll ever see in your life. Unless you're a killer and you want to sharpen your own knives.
Well, they probably use chef knives.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. So I was cutting. Do you know what prosciutto is? Prosciutto.
Yeah, Tim.
But do you know what it looks like? It's like a giant. Think like cartoon ham bone when it's not sliced.
Oh
already.
no, I've never seen that.
So it's
actually.
gigantic, probably the size of like our heads combined.
That's a big meatball.
Yeah. Well, it's prosciutto. but-
Okay.
Anyway, so it comes with all the skin on it.
Okay.
It's like this thick layer of skin, so you have to slice it off to use it to cut it up.
Violent.
I know. So,
Okay.
of course, I was holding it improperly.
Of course.
So as I'm slicing through,
Oh no.
my thumb, this is very visual, so I'm sorry, audio listeners, but so as I'm slicing through the knife, like it just goes in my thumb basically. I'm just slicing, slice. But it got stuck in my thumb.
The knife?
The knife. I was like, I can't believe I didn't just lose my thumb. So I had to pull it out. Like literally I could lift up the knife like with my thumb. That's how deep it was in there. It doesn't look that bad now, but it was like
So
right.
wait, you cut it like going towards your thumb?
Yeah.
And cut like right above your fingernail.
Yep. Yeah. So right where the nail, like the cuticle of my nail, the knife went like sucked right in. I gotta tell
Gnarly.
you, I reacted fine. I
Yeah.
I pulled it out and went to the sink and washed it off. Didn't like scream or anything.
Yeah.
But I think like people would have passed out if they did that. Like
Dude.
I can't imagine. I don't know. For me, I went into like, oh, I got a cut. Let's clean it up mode. You
Yeah.
know. But it was weird.
It looks pretty gnarly.
It's not as bad. You should have seen it the day of.
Was it
Holy-
just like
It was like this was like
rip the whole
peeled
thing
o-
up?
Yeah,
Oh,
it was.
dude, gross.
But yeah, just the grossest part is because the knife was stuck
Yeah,
in there.
that is
I had to pull it out after
not
that.
cool.
That was rough. But
Not into that.
yeah, it was pretty serious. I didn't get stitches or anything.
Yeah, no, it looks
luckily.
like it's healing up all right.
Yeah, it's a cool battle scar though. I love. It's weird. I like getting cuts.
I have a bunch of like pretty interesting. That sounded super weird.
I know. I was thinking about that. Yeah,
Like I get what you mean, but you say it out loud.
yeah it's like
and you went like did a weird like finger motion when you
because
did
all
it.
my fingies are cut.
It's like, what do you call that when you do that with your hands?
Crescendo.
It's like spirit fingers, but creepier and more
Would
exaggerated.
you do it towards you?
Yeah, so
Because
your
spirit fingers are like this.
right. So palms are up, and you're doing like a creepy crawlies with all your
So
fingers.
we'll call them Venet spirit fingers.
Venet.
Venet.
What's a Venet? Remember Voldo
Yes.
from Soul Calibur? He's like a flamboyant drunkard.
He also, I think, has part spider in him.
Oh.
But he's, yes, a flamboyant drunk spider.
Yeah, he's like all flippity floppity
Yeah, he's
all
just
over
one.
the place. Yeah, exactly.
So, yes, you like getting cuts as well? Is that what
Well,
we're
what I was
talking
gonna
about?
say is I have a bunch on my hands from playing drums, like you can see right there. Like I used to hit the rim of my snare,
Yeah.
not on purpose, but like I'd just over and over again, like I wouldn't miss the drum, but I would miscalculate where it was in relationship to my hand.
Yeah.
So I'd hit it with the stick, but also my hand would hit the rim. And there was one amazing show that my band played at this one point, and I had cut my finger, but I didn't realize it. And we were just playing. Like I knew I hit my hand, but I didn't know it like broke the
Yeah,
skin.
it was bleeding.
So we're playing, and because of like the motion of like smacking the snare,
Yeah.
the blood just kept splatting all over my snare drum. So it was super gnarly looking.
Yeah, I was going to say, that must have looked awesome.
It did, but at first I looked down and I was like, "What's happening? Like, why are my drums bleeding?" I looked at my finger. I was like, "Oh
That
man,
makes sense.
it's pretty brutal."
Ooh, why
pretty
were
punk
your
rock.
drums bleeding?
Yeah, I mean, there was just blood everywhere.
So did you get blood all over the people?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't like a
that
Sam
metal.
Raimi movie. Yeah.
Oh man, there's so much blood in those.
I know. So
those
good.
movies.
So good.
So good. Do you want to go into something?
Yeah. What do you got? I have no TV.
Me neither, actually. Some movies?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Ooh. Let's go to the movies. All right. Did you watch anything?
I didn't watch anything, but I have like movie news.
What do you got? I like movie news.
Yeah, movie news is good. So today they have officially announced the Dark Universe. This is the Universal Studios monster movie universe.
Okay, it's a real thing?
Yeah. So the name, well, I mean, it has been a real thing, but they haven't like
All right.
officially given it a title or anything.
Okay.
So
The
today,
Dark
yeah.
Universe.
So today, obviously, it's starting with the Mummy.
Yeah.
And it's called the Dark Universe.
It is. That's officially the first one.
Yes.
So they're committing
Yes.
to this being the first one.
They've announced what the next movie is going to be. Take a guess.
Okay, the next one's going to be...
You won't get it.
So it's a curveball.
It's a stupid curveball.
Stupid curveball.
I am not.
As it had its own movie before?
Yes.
I'm going to go with This Planet Earth.
No.
I don't think that's a Universal movie.
I don't think so either. No, it's Bride of Frankenstein.
Oh! Okay.
I think that's so weird.
It might not be that weird.
I still don't know what direction they're going with this either.
They're clearly going female-fronted monster movies.
Okay.
Female villain monster movies.
Female fronted.
Female antagonist monster movies.
Okay, so yeah, because then we'll have the Mummy.
I love that she's a terrifying lady monster.
Yes, because she looks like the Grudge Girl.
God, I love it. You know why? I think the scariest... I'm
here for you.
Let's have this conversation.
I'm ready.
Oh, I'm feeling good. Let's do this.
Oh, boy.
What is the scariest
Dolls.
monster?
Dolls.
Okay.
Dolls.
Yeah, I guess you're probably right.
Dolls.
I was going to say,
Dolls.
I think one of the... Enough! I think conceptually, one of the scariest like monsters is a witch.
Ooh.
There's like different... I'm not talking about like Looney Tunes witch.
Right, you're talking like Vavitch.
You remember her? Like, I'm trying to remember her name. You know the one with like the striped stockings?
Yeah. See, I don't know her name, but I always like the red guy because his name's Gossamer.
Who's the red? Oh, the red guy. Yeah, Gossamer, yeah.
I just loved his name, but
Yeah.
they were always like together. Or sometimes
Yes.
he was like in baby form, and she
He was like a Groot.
yeah, he was exactly like a Groot or a Grimace
I want to see Groot and Gossamer on an
and Grimace.
adventure together.
Can we have the 3 Gs?
Yeah. The 3 Gs.
Groot, Gossamer, and Grimace.
What a motley crew.
I know, like,
don't know
would they
what
be
that's
heroes or
about.
villains? I don't know.
I don't know. What kind of adventure would they go on?
They would have to defeat.
Who's the sidekick?
They would have to defeat Bugs Bunny,
They're all sidekicks.
Ronald McDonald, and Thanos.
Okay.
That would be, and it's a superhero movie.
So it's like the Space Jam of crossovers. I don't know I don't know what we just made.
No, so it'll be called the 3 Gs.
Let me just say,
It'll be $3,000 to go see the movie.
yeah.
3 Gs.
Oh man, that's so good.
Dude, I'm just saying, it'll come out on March 3rd,
33.
3,333.
Yeah, because I don't think we're ready for it yet.
No, I think it'll take years of buying the licenses
Mm-hmm.
and, getting the characters to look like how they should.
Yes.
Do you want it
Right.
2D or 3D?
Both.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you want them to start out 2D?
It's actually going to be a stage play.
Oh, okay.
Strictly stage play.
3 Gs.
Yeah.
And they can
The
only
3
show...
Gs on Broadway.
Yeah.
It's a musical as well.
Oh my God. That is so...
You just lit up. You're like,
That's it.
Oh my God.
I want to see Groot. His song will be perfect.
A musical with Groot. That's incredible.
I can't imagine. And like,
We got to write one.
yeah,
I already know all the lyrics.
dude, it's writing itself. We don't even have to do anything.
It's so great.
Okay, where were we? Monster movies.
So witches.
Witches.
I think that the concept of a witch when taken like like in a serious way, like
Like Vavitch.
yes, yeah. Which
So you like?
that's not how that's pronounced.
Yeah,
right?
I know. You
Okay,
said it like
just
that, so I'm just bringing it
Vavitch.
back.
I know. I love that moment. 'Cause you had never seen it on the poster,
Right. So I was like, "What are
you
you
were like,
talking?
what are you talking? I don't get the joke.
You're sick."
So, what's interesting to me is that idea in my brain comes from the atmosphere that's built around a lot of movies where it takes the concept of a witch seriously, i.e., the Blair Witch Project.
Yeah.
You don't even see. Well, I haven't seen the remake. I've heard you see things, but in the Blair Witch Project, you don't actually get a visual.
Is it even a witch though?
I mean, it's called the Blair Witch.
Yeah, but
So it's the concept of this, which maybe that's part of it. It's the like, what's the word? It's the, what is the? I guess suspense. Yeah, suspense. I guess is.
I'm trying to think. I don't know.
I was gonna say lack of knowing, but that's suspense. And anticipation. And
I know what you're going for.
Like
but
you don't know. Never seeing it is part of the fear factor. You know
right.
what I mean?
I know exactly what you're trying to say, and there is a word for it. I don't know
something
it either.
there. It's like it's ominous and
yeah, it's just like it's almost like the dark. That's what's scary.
Yes.
Is just not knowing.
There's like a subtlety to it that makes it so scary, and I guess that's a lot of what kind of enters my brain when I think of that and how that's scary. And that's what I was reminded of watching the Mummy trailer, which we talked about in the last episode. And that's where a lot of the fear comes from, because there's this like supernatural element, and she's just very like just so creepy.
Yeah,
like,
and everything you know about a mummy is not like translated to her whatsoever. So
Right.
it's almost like a new creature, a new monster. So it's always so exciting to see what else is she gonna pull from her pocket.
yeah.
And I get you with witches. What's scarier though, like a witch that just has these magical powers, or a witch that's connected to like the devil, like
that is the
or not like, but you think it's scarier when the devil like has control over someone, or is like seducing someone with darkness. Or
yeah, because I think all the supernatural horrors, like I guess there's a bit of it in the Paranormal Activity type stuff, or like possession movies.
Yeah.
So I think you attach that to a single entity and call it a witch, and it has these like there's just something so dark about it.
You don't see witches that often though.
Yeah.
Like generally, it's either a demon or the devil himself or whatever it is. But I get what you mean. Like witches are just scary.
Maybe it's the word.
Witch is pretty creepy.
Remember the witches in Left 4 Dead?
Oh yeah, they're so scary.
Those are the scariest part of that game.
Yeah, because not only are they like terrifying to look at, they're just like tall, lanky, white, red-eyed demons, but they're in a new location, and sometimes don't even show up through a whole campaign. Like they're in a new location, new level, whatever it is. So that's horrifying.
There's that suspense factor again, and the way that remember you have to approach it, because they just sit. And
yeah. You don't have to, but like if you have a flashlight or if a gunshot goes off.
Oh, that's right. You just alert her. And
and she's crying, and you hear her. So
there's always some kind of distant noise or children
she's
and
crying or whatever it is.
Stop! You're freaking me out,
dude. I know the pain you feel,
because I feel like that's, I guess. What did you say? Was it? Oh, dolls. It's kind of a similar thing, where it's like there's this kind of ambiguity to like what they're capable of or what they'll do when they're like possessed or whatever. I'm not talking in real life, like
when they start running around.
Although I still question them.
There are some dolls that I swear are alive.
I found a picture on my phone the other day from that House of Dolls that I went to. Remember I sent you it? The one with like the black eyes.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it kind of freaked me out going through my photos. I was like, ah!
See, what freaks me out about dolls is they're not supposed to move, but they are made to a point where they look like they should be moving. Like they're made very lifelike, but in such a small, like, they're just soulless demons. I hate dolls so much.
So that's the scariest monster creature.
So you think witch?
To you. I think so. I think when you handle it as like a serious like antagonist, and you make it like the monster, the villain.
Yeah,
I think that's real scary.
Did you see the Vavitch?
I did not.
Okay,
I've heard a lot of good things about it as far as like what it is and how terrifying it is.
Yeah, I think if you don't like the devil possessing or having a presence there, that movie would freak you out big time.
It probably will.
It is very it's the whole movie just kind of has this sense of dread as you're watching it.
Yes, that's
and you're like, you obviously going in it's a horror movie, but how just things are presented, and over time you're learning more facts about the witch and what her connections are and everything. You're like, this is really creepy. It's just unsettling the whole time.
Yeah, and I think that's what I think of is just being unsettled, and there's so much unknown and so scary. Such a beholder of horror. Okay, different question.
Yeah.
What's your favorite monster or creature?
Oh, that's a tough one.
Like if a movie's going to be made, you get to pick the monster that it's going to focus on.
Oh, that's tough. I do like werewolves. I really like how Underworld.
That's my number one.
Dealt with the lichens and all that stuff.
I love it.
Yeah, they're just brutal. They're freaky. They're and they could be anybody. They're human, but they can become the werewolf at any point. Same with vampires though. Vampires are really neat.
True. I just love animals.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? Actually,
I'm an animal lover.
Yeah, no, you love them.
werewolf.
Fables. That slides right in there. I think sirens are also very creepy.
See?
Yeah.
This is why they're doing Bride of Frankenstein.
Because is she going to be a siren?
Scary ladies.
I want to see actually scary mermaids because I know mermaids are originally terrifying.
Do you think? Yes, that is scary.
Yeah.
Who did Scary Mermaids? Someone did Scary Mermaids. Was it like a?
Was it a play, a musical?
No, I think
the 3 Gs.
Okay, I'm not. No, but we're throwing that in there. I'm not super well versed in the Pirates movies, but I think there's a Pirates of the Caribbean.
You might be right, actually.
Where they seem they're essentially sirens. They lure.
Yeah,
they
that
lure
actually
you,
sounds really familiar.
And then they end up being.
Which one was that?
I think I've only seen a couple. I want to say the third one or fourth one. Someone's a Pirates fan. They're like, it's this one, you idiot! Come on, it happens at 22 minutes into the movie. Right. And their names are this, and
I like how they have names. Yeah. But yeah, and you're right. You don't see it that often, but pirates, you're right. That's
essentially what they are. They're like siren mermaids.
Because they are attracting the pirates, and
see,
that's freaky.
I'm saying.
Did you see the trailer for the new Pirates movie? With all the sharks and stuff?
Yes, I did.
Oh, how cool are those sharks?
The sharks look pretty sweet.
I thought they were really neat looking. And when they're running across the water, the guys and stuff, it looks pretty cool.
You got to try to remind me in video games that I want to talk about sharks again.
Okay. Sharks are scary.
We'll see if we remember.
Yeah. So back to the dark universe.
Bride of Frankenstein.
Okay. And it's really funny. So Russell Crowe is playing Dr. Jekyll, and he is the Nick Fury of the universe. He's going to be in all the movies, hunting down. He's hunting down all these creatures. That's the theme of the universe.
He's the Nick Fury of the universe.
That's what he is because he's
so that's signed on for 11 movies.
Yeah, he's going to be showing up and hunting things. So I guess that's what they're going to do in The Mummy is introduce him as a character.
Yeah,
he's part of this organization that basically hunts down creatures. So that's his character, and that's the connection, I guess, through all the movies.
Well, I like that they used a character, that of to connect the whole universe. But when is he gonna?
Become Mr. Hyde.
Actually, he's like the Hulk of the universe.
He is, because he can transform at any point. I wonder if he's gonna get his own movie.
Eventually.
I didn't even think about
I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued, especially if The Mummy's as good as it looks like it's going to be, and that's their launching point. I mean, they'll be on a better track than DC is.
I wonder. Although I've heard amazing things about Wonder Woman,
unbelievable reviews,
but that's not saying much. They said it's the best DC movie yet. I mean, there's not.
I read something that compared it to The Dark Knight.
Really?
Which I know that resonates with you.
Yeah,
and I was like, if this movie's even close to the caliber of that movie, I mean, it looks real good.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna doubt it in any way. I think it has amazing potential.
And the ad campaign for it just keeps getting better. I saw a graphic today with it was on DC's Instagram. And it was just Wonder Woman holding a tank, lifting a tank over her head.
So
I was
cool.
like, glorious.
Do you want that as a
So
poster,
good.
like on
Yes.
your wall?
I want to just tattoo. It's so great.
That would be so cool.
Yeah.
To pick up a tank
I know.
and then carry Wonder Woman at the same time.
She's so great.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
It's soon.
I'm
too.
so
It's,
excited. June 2nd?
So that's next week.
Yeah.
Or the week after, or whatever.
I'm pretty sure it's the 2nd.
Mhm.
What day would the 2nd? Yeah.
Friday?
Yeah, it's a Friday. Right?
I'll
So,
be seeing it that Tuesday then.
dude.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about the Dark Universe.
Yeah,
That sounds cool.
Give it a shot, you know?
Have you ever seen Bride of Frankenstein?
No.
I'm really not. I don't know how many of those old movies I've actually seen, which feels weird to say as like a monster fan and a movie fan.
Yeah, I mean,
I watched Monster Squad and called it good.
yeah. That was the end of their original universe.
They had all of them.
Yeah.
Was that a Universal?
Oh, I don't know, actually.
Huh.
Could be.
I mean, it had. All right, carry on.
I was just going to say, yeah, you know all the stories throughout the older movies, so you don't necessarily have to watch them. You can.
Yeah.
But I feel like, to a degree, I know the Mummy, like he's a villain, he gets killed. Spoiler alert.
Oh, come on, man. Don't you have to be killed to become a mummy?
Shut up, Brett.
Just saying.
No, that's good logic. I think he gets killed anyways. Who knows?
Stay tuned.
Oh, that's your 20s voice, right?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do
No, you're
last
like,
week.
oh, I'm going to save my wife.
Last week, I know. Okay, I don't understand. Last week, I was trying to mimic an old timey actor, and for some reason, it came out as some what'd you say earlier? Like an old Western?
Yeah.
Like I was innocent. First of all, I don't know why I went with, it came out as hey, stay away from my woman. I don't know why.
To you, that's what people talked like in the 20s, I guess. I mean,
It's not. I don't understand. I
can't
was trying to
debate
do, now I'm not going to be able to do it again. I was trying to do, what did I just do? Like the radio announcer voice. Like a, you and me, kid, we're going to take this world over.
We're going to the top.
We're going to the top and we're going to stay at the top. We'll show them. You stick with me, all right?
Oh, boy.
Something like
Flapjacks.
that. I don't even know if that's right, but it's better than get away from my woman. I don't know what that was.
No, you were just... Clearly, you were releasing some stress you have at your house. You just want people to stay away from your woman.
Stay away from my woman. That's all I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
But I will not stay away from Frankenstein's woman because I want to see that movie. Oh!
Wow, Brett, that was hot.
And we're back.
Hello. So, Dark Universe, do you have movies?
Yeah, I got one movie I'll talk about real quick.
Okay.
I saw a film last evening called The Shack. Do you know anything about The Shack?
Well, from the trailers,
Yeah.
Sam Worthington,
Yes.
he is a guy
Correct.
who I believe his daughter dies and gets reincarnated into a black woman. And he has to go meet her in the shack and reconnect with her. But what I don't understand is if you're reincarnated, how come she entered the body of this older black woman? When you get reincarnated, aren't you a baby and then you have your new life? So how did the daughter go into this woman?
Here's the thing. You got a few details.
Okay.
A little twisted here.
So
it's not.
I'm just saying the trailer. That's the vibe the trailer gave me.
I forget the trailer. I think I saw it, and I wasn't sure about this movie in general. So it's based on a book. Do you know anything about the book?
I know it's like what's his face? Nicholas Sparks, right?
No.
Oh, well, I guess I don't know.
So
anything.
no.
I know nothing.
No, it was written by William P. Young, and it was released. It was self-published, and it became like a New York Times bestseller. It sold like millions of copies. It's in like a million different languages now.
Clearly, I didn't get the memo. But.
Yeah, I have a copy if you want to read it.
Oh, thanks.
And the book's actually great. It stirred up all this crazy controversy. Now, I'm near positive what I'm about to say is true, but fact check me just because. Make sure. But I believe he wrote it as like a story to talk to his kids about God, and it was just like his personal perspectives. And he wrote this novel about this story.
I was fact checking.
It's funny to me because I can see that you just have your notes app, so I just imagine you hitting like P V P V V V P V.
Little deletes.
I feel like those are the letters you hit accidentally. There's always a P and a V in there.
Sometimes P and V are so far from each other. Why would you?
Maybe that's why. Because do you type double thumbed?
Yeah, but I would press like LA.
But then it autocorrects to P and V. You ever have it autocorrect a word that's definitely a word?
Yeah, because I've actually... This goes to the sandwich short. Because I've spelled...
Yes, I wanted to bring that up so bad.
So with the sandwich short, I... Fred's probably giving us thumbs up. He loves this. So I misspell sandwich a lot. Because even right now, I'm not sure what the proper way... Because I spell it...
Tim.
S-A...
Spelling bee. Spelling bee.
Uh-huh.
Timothy Martin.
Yes.
Your word is sandwich.
Can you use it in a sentence, please?
No.
Can I hear a
Sandwiches
definition?
for you.
Can I hear a definition?
But don't spell it plural. I'm like Trump as a teacher right now.
So, okay.
The sandwich is huge.
Or you're from Jersey. Okay. SANDWICH.
Hey!
No
that
matter
is correct.
Did I win the spelling bee?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, nice. Thank you for watching. So yes, and I always spell it sandwich, like
with an H.
WHICH.
Ooh, how scary would a sandwich be?
Oh, would it just be like have its head?
That's the mummy. She's the sandwich. Oh my gosh.
I am so
Because she
upset.
does the
That
sandstorm.
was beautiful. That was a beautiful connection.
That's great. We're done. We're done.
That's
See you next week.
Joke of the month. There we go.
Oh,
So yes, I always spell it that way, and my computer at this point, because I spell it incorrectly all the time,
Tell me it autocorrects.
it autocorrects to that.
That's amazing.
Because they just, I don't know, they're just like, he must purposely spell it like this all the time.
Yeah. Even the internet is like, I guess we're wrong.
He does this so often. I type sandwich a lot, apparently.
That's also hilarious. You type it enough that it just bends to your will.
It's just like,
Listen,
I guess.
he uses this word way more than we do,
So he must know.
We'll just give it to
The
him.
leading sandwich man. So because of that, when I re-released one of our shorts, the sandwich short.
Yeah, which is I'm getting great feedback on, by the way.
Yeah, that's great.
Again.
Yeah, of course, I know. So I there's a title card, and
Yes.
I always say the name of the short.
Right.
And so I put sandwich with a witch with an H. You know,
threw an extra H in there.
I did. And what's even funnier about this is about not even like 5 seconds later, the title card for the short comes up and it's called "Let's Make a Sandwich," spelled correctly
with no extra H.
No extra H. So as I'm watching this, I'm editing it so it's like title card and then the start, and I watch it 5 or 6 times just to make sure it lines up well.
I didn't even think about
Didn't
that.
even faze me that I spelled it wrong. I was like, this is good. Let's post it. So I post it. I'm not taking it down. The mistake's there.
It's
I'm
up
leaving
now, and
but yes, I had so many opportunities. I'm pretty sure I spelled it right for the file name as well. I spelled it sandwich, not with an H. So I just, but I just always had difficulty with that word.
Hey man, it just made me laugh.
I'm glad.
Because it's like literally ours, and it says sandwich.
Sandwich.
And then immediately jumps to another card that spells it correctly.
Let's make a sandwich.
Does ours, does it say the Keep Up Presents for a minute before?
Yes.
You could edit. You can edit on YouTube, so you don't have to take the video down, and you could cut it before that pops up if you care to. Have you ever edited a video on YouTube?
No, I haven't done that.
I've done it before. If you go into the creator section, you can just like
but
trim
you can just take
you
away
can
that
chop
part.
out that one section
That's
if we
pretty
care
cool.
to. Yeah, it's super cool because then it doesn't affect your views.
And this one specifically is fine because it has the title card. Let's make a sandwich. So you don't even need that portion.
So that's an option we might have. But if you see it up there,
Yeah.
which is that on our VE channel?
That's on VE and that's also on Facebook.
Cool. Yeah, you should subscribe to our channel.
VE will have some stuff starting in June. Actually, next week.
Next week,
weekend.
man.
Yeah, next week.
Next week. You're gonna be busy next weekend. You're gonna be able to.
Well, I'll start it on
Okay.
I don't know what day yet.
All right.
Oh, okay.
Hey, all right.
But yeah.
So remember the shack?
Yes. Is there a sandwich in that movie?
Is there a sandwich?
yeah. Just
I don't. I think it was totally void of sandwiches. There's some food. There's definitely an eating scene.
I wonder if, with food, do you think movies with sandwiches in it are more successful than movies without sandwiches?
Ooh, I would love to see the stats on that.
Yeah. Do you think there's just a? Because I bet all Marvel movies have a sandwich in it somewhere.
Huh.
Hands down.
What about hams down?
All right, let's talk about this freaking reincarnation movie.
All right, so there's no reincarnation that I can think of. But so let's start with the novel, okay? Novel. Again, this is the part that you can fact check, but I'm pretty sure he wrote it just as a story. That's why he self-published it, and it was like a story that he wrote for his kids. It was about God and the character of God. And the novel is great. I would recommend the novel to anybody, regardless of, I know it was marketed as a Christian book largely, but it was also, dude, this thing was crucified. No pun intended. This thing was like
rough. Hey, at least it's no meat slinky.
But dude, I laughed so hard. Hey. I just need everybody to go. Last week. You don't have to recap it.
No, it's fine. I just keep digging myself into these holes. But this is the time to correct it.
Oh, it's so good. It doesn't need to be corrected. Because sandwich. I just keep punching the table.
No, because you're so excited. It's fine.
Cracks me up. And we're back.
So a book for his grandchildren about Jesus.
More or less. So,
is it a heavy read, the book?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Now it's a novel, but the reason it got this is what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
A lot of this will put it in perspective. There was a book written by this dude who, honestly, I know nothing about. I don't know if he's a theologian. I think he's a scholar. Called Burning Down the Shack. And it was just coming against all of the perspectives and concepts of the character of God that are talked about in the shack, which to me, the dogs are flipping out.
They like the shack. They're excited.
They're real excited, yeah. Another live studio audience. To me, it's just like, it was silly when that book came out to me to put that much time and effort into tearing down a novel, and that came out because
that book was about the shack,
the shack. It's called Burning Down the Shack.
Why even take the time to do that?
I mean, so this is what stirred up a lot of controversy. Is that now the reincarnated daughter that you're talking about isn't a real thing.
Oh, I'm upset now.
You're referring to. That is actually God is depicted in the book and in the movie as an African American woman.
Okay.
And so that stirred up a bunch of controversy, which is so stupid because one of the things I love about this book is it talks about a perspective of God that you don't see a lot in the media. And it's like
where he's a sassy black
grandmother. No, no, and it explains in the book why he takes this form for this person. So a quick synopsis is it focuses on this character, Mac, who he does, this isn't a spoiler, this is what the whole book is about.
Isn't that a spoiler to say what the whole book is about? In a sense, I mean,
when you this isn't a spoiler, it's just the ending.
It's just the whole story.
No, I mean, this is the whole synopsis. This is public knowledge.
Yes.
They lose his daughter. He loses his daughter.
This is rough.
I was like, should I just read the synopsis? I'll just go off the top of it.
No, it's the best way.
No, the concept is he loses his daughter and he gets this invitation to go to the shack. The shack has special significance in the case of his missing daughter and stuff like that. So he goes there.
Oh, she's missing.
She's missing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And so he goes to the shack and they give, I mean, you get most of the story up front in the book about what happens to the girl. And in the movie, I'm trying to remember what's in the trailer, but she's abducted. And so the whole movie is him dealing with this, but what happens is he goes to the shack and has an encounter with God. And that's what's pretty much like the entire novel is about. But throughout it, it gives all these characteristics of God that are very different than what you often hear about like in media or, I don't know, I guess what's generally put out to the public. I don't really know. I guess it's hard for me because I'm like in that circle.
Yeah.
So I kind of know a lot of the what's the word, like misconceptions and like understandings that I'm like, that's not really how I see God. But there are a lot of really interesting like little pieces in this book, and it covers like a lot of really heavy topics, and things about forgiveness and going through a tragedy like losing a child and like all this stuff that's like, so it is super heavy in that, right? But everything that is covered in the book is like, it's just so worth the read. Now it's hard because I don't think we're getting him in the shot. Maybe a little bit of his tail.
He might jump on me. But
there's just a lot of animals during
I need to close my
now.
doors. That's the issue.
That's what I'm suggesting. But so it is heavy because when you're dealing with subjects like this, loss of a child and like it's super heavy stuff. But the book is really, really good. Again, I would say like regardless of your beliefs or anything like that would turn you off from the story, it's a really good book. And it is heavy. But aside from that warning, totally worth it. Now
to the movie.
Yes. Okay. Sam Worthington, Octavia Spencer, and Rada Mitchell, who I recognized and then realized she's in Silent Hill.
Oh, there you go.
So that's where I recognize her from. She was lost in the hells of Silent Hill, and now she's in this movie about an encounter with God.
Nice.
It's a very interesting track record.
Yeah,
it's good to, keep yourself eclectic.
Yes, absolutely.
So Sam Worthington, here's my thing with Sam Worthington.
Yeah.
Let me save that actually.
Okay.
So
talk.
The movie, as is often the case, it's not as good as the book.
Never.
In fact, I would tell everyone just read the book. If you want to see some of the things that take place in the book visualized in the film,
just use your imagination.
Well, you could watch it, but there are some things. This was like the biggest problem I saw with the movie. Like, there are scenes in the book that the way they're described, because it's like he goes to another realm. It's one of those kind of things where it's like the book starts off and it's just like all these recognizable things. He lives here. He does this. This is the realistic setting of his life. And then a lot of the book, once he goes to the shack, is set in this like almost alternate space, where he's experiencing these it sets you up so these supernatural things can happen, and it's like, oh, okay, you know what I mean? It's not like,
right, it makes sense. It's not just like him walking around and seeing stuff.
Exactly, like they give context to it, and there are some scenes in the book that, because of that, the way that they're described are like super impactful, and they're really cool. And these concepts of like, what does a soul look like once it's passed on? They discuss stuff like that,
neat.
and it has a lot to do with color and all that stuff. What is he eating? There's just, anyways. So yeah, it has to do a lot with color, and they explain that. So that particular scene is a perfect example of something that they try to do in the movie, and you're kind of just like,
well, I think you also have your own vision of what it was, and that might skew it a little, because you're like, that's not what I thought it was.
For sure. That is a big part of the problem of having seen the source material first, or experienced the source material first, whatever that is, and then seeing it translated to the screen, is you do have a vision of that.
It's tickling my toes.
And for the most part, okay, we got to stop this. Are you serious?
Come on, Bobo.
This whole portion is being sabotaged by the dog.
Maybe he's God.
He can't be allowed in here anymore.
No, it's fine.
Stop. Go away. There's just a dog right here. Man, I was cruising through this review here.
I'm not sorry. Brody's the jerk.
Oh, now I feel bad. Sorry, Brody. Don't come back, though.
Okay. I could run and close the door.
Is it worth it?
Could be. I bet he's going to turn right around.
Go do it.
Okay. Keep talking, though.
So, it's one of those scenes that you see in the movie, and you're like, I kind of just wish they left that one alone. You know what I mean? Like, I did have a vision for it. And honestly, that particular scene starts off and they do the thing with the colors. And you're like, oh, that looks pretty cool. But then they take it a little bit further. They almost do it like, they give it actually a different aspect that they don't give it in the book. They take that scene to a point that, if I'm remembering correctly, doesn't exactly happen. But they did. I get why they did it in the movie. But it just, it was cool, and then it turned cheesy real quick.
Oh,
and I was like, And that's the other criticism is there are a couple, could be the nature of the movie and whatnot, but there are a few moments that are like overly like Full House, like
House
to use. Yeah, I'm going to continue to use that because that to me is like, exactly what I mean when I say there's
universal.
Like a Full House
you say that,
moment.
Everyone knows what
Exactly,
you're
like
about.
just the music turns like too happy-go-lucky, and it's like a moment, and they just oversell it. It's got some of those in those moments in the book because it's almost a less is more situation.
He opened the door by himself.
The dog just opened the door. This is insanity. It's almost a less is more situation because you fill in the blanks for yourself. You're reading the book. You're not getting a soundtrack with it. You're not getting, you're not being given a visual. So moments that are played for like a Full House moment in the movie, in the book are really impactful.
Yeah.
Because you're just reading the circumstances of the book and the emotions and stuff.
The music with it. Or
yeah. And it's like you kind of play your own soundtrack in your head to a degree. So there are a handful of moments like that, that having the book to compare it to was just kind of like I don't love that. The movie's not awful. It's not necessarily bad, but I would tell everyone to read the book first. What I was gonna say about Sam Worthington, every movie I've ever seen him in I've had a problem with. He's just never really he's never sold anything.
It's all about his face. I don't think he has the right facial expressions.
Dude, you know what kills me in this one? He does not even kind of hide his accent. Like, he's an American in this movie. And the worst part is a big part of this movie has to do with his father.
Yeah.
So you hear his father speak, and he has, like, the most American, like, I'm trying to remember where they lived. It's
Just
either
go with the 20s guy.
No, it's more like Western or Southern. Like,
so
it's
go with the
around there.
20s guy.
Oh, my
Your
20s
guy.
What kills me, dude, we were dying laughing after because there's one moment where they directly speak to each other, and Sam Worthington, he's trying to hide his accent, but he's so British, and he like doesn't go away. So you hear his dad speak, and he's like, "Son, you've become the man," and then he's like, "Oh no, Dad!" Like, it's just like such a strong.
Is it that drastic? Like,
no, I'm totally overselling it. But there are
that's
moments,
amazing.
There are moments like, and he kind of growls with this Batman voice throughout the whole thing, and it's just, I don't know. It's just,
that's so funny. You would think you would want to try a little harder.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, and I will say it's not, he's not terrible in it. He's fine. And there are definitely moments in the movie, again, with subject matter like this, it's hard not to. There are definitely moments in the movie where you get teared up, where just conceptually, you're like, good God, this is heartbreaking. And they do a pretty good job, expressing all these characteristics of faith and spirituality and stuff. And again, like, what I love about it is it's super accessible. Like, I did read a couple reviews that are saying like it feels like a long ad for religion and stuff like that. I didn't really see it like that. I can see how someone would, because it does show them like going to church and stuff like that. But overall, I mean, it's just a perspective on faith that I think is cool. Like, it's fine to watch that stuff, you know what I mean? And like make your own conclusions about what it means and all that stuff. And I think this was, it was handled pretty well. And overall, I mean, the movie doesn't have great reviews or anything like that.
Nah, it did, from my knowledge, all right.
Like, yeah, it did okay. It was like, especially people who are, because there is like a whole like Christian film section, and for the most part, it's junk.
Yeah, the only one I've ever seen that was all right was Fireproof.
Yeah, and even that
it's
like, it had a lot of buzz behind it, but they're like, I don't know.
Yeah,
man. It's like
it's a fine line, because if you're Christian and really into it, it speaks to you a lot.
Yeah.
But to anybody else who's like not Christian or just trying to figure out what their religion is, they kind of like push it in your face.
You feel like it was too, like, you watching it where you, I'm not trying to put you on the spot.
No, totally.
But
fine.
where you like wouldn't necessarily identify as like any particular faith.
Yeah, exactly.
You watching a movie like that, do you feel like it's like, all right?
Sometimes they like push it into your face. Like, they're like, here, have it. And I'm like,
you feel like do you feel like you couldn't really engage in the story because it's more about like, selling you an idea?
Yeah, they focus more on the religion aspect than the actual story itself.
Right.
Which everybody enjoys their own cup of tea, if you will. So,
yeah, for sure.
But yeah, this genre of like Christian films, it's just always hard to actually get the movie from it, the actual story and all that stuff,
Right.
because they're so focused on trying to like give you the religious aspect of it.
And I personally think that's a bummer. Like you said, to each their own. I mean, if you're creating a film and that's what you want it to be, the hope is that it speaks to anyone, you know what I mean? But what I do like about the story of The Shack, whether it's the movie or the book, I feel like it's more accessible and it presents these concepts and ideas rather than yelling something at you.
Yeah, like being like, yeah, exactly, shove it in your face.
Yeah,
like here's like this idea. You do what you want with it. You can put it to the side and just continue the story, or kind of get like a reaction from it. Like, like learn something from it.
Exactly. And the story itself in general is just I mean, like I've said, it's very heavy. It's not a simple like, yay, everything's okay kind of story.
Yeah.
It deals a lot with like real emotions and difficulties, and I think that's why, like, and it does have this context of like of the supernatural and faith and all that stuff, but that stuff is built within the story. It's not like a vehicle to have like a long monologue in the middle where it's just some dude preaching at you.
Right.
It's actually like it's a story where you actually have to follow this character throughout it. You know what I mean? And they don't always feel like that. I've seen very few quote unquote Christian films that I would recommend to other people as just a good movie. You know what I mean? And that's what speaks to people as stories. I mean, like Jesus spoke in parables. Like if we're going to talk about like the Christian film industry, it's like tell a story. You know what I mean? Tell a story that means something to people. And I would suggest reading The Shack. The movie's okay, like if you want to get the story, but I think there are details in the book that are like, because it is an intense concept and subject matter, that you just don't. I teared up reading the book too, which I don't know how many books I've read and
it's hard
gotten choked up.
Because
you're like generating your own emotions.
Yeah, because it's all on your imagination. So
Yeah.
you're not like visually seeing this death or whatever. You're imagining what kind of death it is, or not even death, just like story elements and stuff.
Yeah.
I got choked up. What was the name of that? Dandelion Wine. It was just a book I read in high school. It was Ray Bradbury, I think.
Okay.
But yeah, it was just it was like we're not in books right now, but I'm talking about a book. That's weird. Or literature.
I know. We never even go into books.
I know. Maybe I should say. Well, anyways. Yeah, this was just a bunch of like short stories of kids like in the 30s and 40s, watching their parents like react to war, react to like depression, like all these different things. So 20s, 30s, and 40s because there was depression.
Okay. Yeah.
But it's all from the kids' perspectives. But it's hard to explain. But you hear like the kids describing the stories of their parents.
Okay.
But it's very sad to just like hear it from a kid's perspective. Like I walked in and I saw my mom crying, and I don't understand why she's crying, and like they're losing the house or whatever. So it's just like some are fun, some are sad. So but that was the only time I got really choked up because I could just imagine like this, 10-year-old kid walks in and sees their parents fighting, crying, whatever it is, and you're like, you can just imagine it.
Right.
Even if it never happened to you, it's just something that's just a sad image.
Yeah, I mean that's a lot of, for me, like as a dad, and I would say even anyone who has like kids in their life, like even you having Simi and Jazz, like as a niece and nephew, if you watch or read The Shack, this concept of people like dealing with a child being abducted and all the people, like everyone blames themselves, what could have happened, what I could have done, what I should have done, all those kinds of emotions are talked about and dealt with. And that's the stuff like you were just saying where you're like, I can imagine that.
Right.
And that feeling and stuff like that. So, yeah, that's The Shack.
Could you compare it to any other movie? Like if you like The Shack, you would like.
That's what I'm having a hard time with because
it could totally be its own thing, and it like for me, I just have no reference other than Fireproof. Like it's the only other like.
Right, and see, I wouldn't want to compare it. I would say the moments that are a little bit oversold are the moments that are reminiscent of like a Christian film, but this has way less of those moments than most of them. And I can't think of a movie I would compare it to.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to.
Did you ever see Courageous?
Courageous? No.
Now, I could be wrong. I didn't plan on talking about it, but I think it was made by the same production company that did Fireproof.
Okay.
And it was pretty good. And it was you know, it had some comedic moments, but also dealt with, you know, it dealt mostly with like parenthood and stuff like that. And I would compare it to that, but that was another one that it was a Christian film that got more theater releases than a lot of them and stuff like that. And that one was pretty decent. So I would maybe compare it to that. But overall, I guess it's a drama about family and the terrible emotional roller coaster of losing someone and losing a child and dealing with that stuff. And it's really good though. It's really redemptive, the story itself. The movie, I wouldn't say the movie is, I don't know if I'd say it's really good because honestly what I like about it is the story that I got from the book. And that is in the movie too, but having read the book first, it's hard to give a just film, which might say something about the movie itself because...
All right, instead of you ranking it like how good it is, how faithful is it to the book?
Relatively, but it still doesn't have the same impact.
Okay. So that's it right there. The book will have a bigger impact for you.
I would always say read the book first. If you're that person who's never going to read the book, might be worth watching it for the story, see what you get out of it. Again, it's not bad. It's not like grueling and hard to get through. But I would read the book again before I'd watch the movie.
Okay.
Unless someone was like, hey, I really want to watch the movie. Will you watch it with me? Then I would do it.
Yeah.
But other than that, I read the book.
Well, okay. I'm not sure if I'll watch it, but...
Would you read the book?
Maybe.
If I told you the book is really good, it's not a hard read.
Yeah.
It's not like a Game of Thrones commitment.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always up. I always have a hard time reading books in general.
For sure.
But if it's a good enough read, I mean,
I'd be interested what you think of it.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll bring a copy over just to have out, and maybe one day you'll.
Yeah, one day I'll just pick it up.
Yeah.
I love going out on the hammock and reading. Just like
dude, now it's raining, but
yeah, but
last week was so
nothing
nice.
is so exciting than summer starting.
I know.
It's just like because all these things happen to you. You're like, oh my God, the sun's out. Like there's so many opportunities available.
Right.
Because it's just summer. It's just like it's hot. You can go out and do things, beach, hike, film, do whatever. So
yep.
Summer. Anyways, you said grueling and tough to get through or something along the lines of that.
Oh, I think I finished that thought. It's not grueling or tough to get through the movie itself. So if you're one of those people that's never going to read the book, it might be worth sitting down and watching it because I think there are some themes of forgiveness and judgment and those kinds of like heavier topics that are dealt with pretty well, and they cover them pretty well in the movie. Some things I didn't know I didn't necessarily expect them to cover in the film, but and they do go into greater detail in the book. But I would I'd say you might enjoy it. It might be worth the watch. You know, watch it with some people, have a discussion about it.
Yeah,
you know. And I think that's all I have. I hadn't watched anything else this week.
Yeah, I didn't even watch any movies.
I'm sure I've added things to my Netflix queue, but doesn't mean I've watched any.
Stop. I was just gonna say they my final thoughts for movies today this week.
Yeah.
What do you think about Resident Evil being rebooted? They're going to reboot it.
That's happening?
That's happening. It's official. They've already announced it. What do you think?
I mean, it depends. Is there anyone announced attached to it?
Nope, not yet. No details other than they're starting it again.
Here's what I think. This is a franchise. Now, often when something gets rebooted this quickly, and I say quickly because the last one was last year?
Months ago. Came out this year. I think it was January or February.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That is insanity.
The final chapter.
So, the final chapter came out months ago, and they're rebooting it. Now, when Spider-Man got rebooted so quickly, everyone was like, oh man, that's really fast. And what else? Didn't something else recently get announced or rebooted? Oh, there was another thing in my brain.
Terminator?
No.
Alien?
It wasn't really a reboot, though.
I mean, well, they did Prometheus.
Yo, Covenant comes out this week. Or is it out?
It's out.
I want to go see it.
Dude, let's go see it right now.
We could go tonight. Anyway, tomorrow's $5 movies. Something to think about.
Okay.
Something to think about.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I'm cool with it if they take a completely different angle and actually make it a Resident Evil movie. I think because they didn't do that with the first franchise, like
I think the first one was very much
the first movie.
Yeah, the first movie was very much
had elements.
It had elements, and I think at the time, I think 2001 is when it came out.
Sure.
That was probably the best bet we were going to get for a Resident Evil movie. Like it had a lot of Umbrella. It had the zombies. It had like the T-virus and all that stuff. But you're thinking more of like the original game. Like you want them to be in the Spencer Mansion, and
this is a problem I have with like a BioShock. Is like I've seen all the story. So if you're gonna make a movie, do you go Watchmen with it and you just make it what it is, but in a film form? But then it's hard because with video games you get all the cutscenes anyways. So
like Resident Evil, the first game at least is. I mean, it's a B movie by itself. It has some of that live action stuff, and it's kind of hard to condense that into an hour and a half to 2 hours.
But
like,
see.
I mean, they always find a way, obviously. We've seen a bunch of video game
Not
movies.
successfully, though.
No, you're right.
That's the thing. And this is what I think, and I'm sure you could find, I was just having this conversation with someone yesterday. I don't know to what degree, I know we've talked about video game movies before, but to me the solution is you take one character, you just focus on their story. So, like, do a Chris Redfield movie, or you could go with Jill. It doesn't have to open up. Like, I feel like our minds go immediately, at least mine goes to what I know. So, okay, we're going to open up in the mansion like we did in the first Resident Evil. It's going to open up with that same opening scene. But there's so many universe things happening now. Movies are on such a bigger scale. There are almost episodes of films now where it used to be you just make the one, not that they didn't have trilogies and sequels and stuff like that, but now it's like, everyone's building a universe. So you make one really good first installment and you can look forward to a Nemesis movie and, you do Code Veronica as a story. You introduce more characters in the future. You build it like the Avengers universe. I mean, you could just keep going if you do it right. I mean, here's my question. Can you think of a movie that's good that you could compare what you want this to be? What's your favorite Resident Evil game? 5, right?
I really like 5.
So I
wouldn't want that in a movie though.
Would you take like a Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol-esque like Resident Evil movie?
No, I don't want it. I really want it to be like Doom, actually. Doom.
Okay.
I want it to be like cheesy, like over the top, and have like those first person like video game-esque scenes in it, but have it be like a horror movie. I don't want an action movie.
Do you want Sam Raimi to direct them?
Oh, that would be so sweet. Yeah, actually, Evil Dead is pretty close, like with the cabin and like the creatures and like just certain things from Evil Dead I would like to see in Resident Evil,
I don't know if we've seen something yet that is like... Did you ever see The Horde?
No, I didn't see that one.
Oh my gosh, dude, for real? All right, The Horde is a French zombie movie.
Oh, I like it.
That is, if you can find it on Netflix. Netflix?
Netflix.
If you can find... That's my old 20s guy again. If you can find it on Netflix, I don't know if it's still on there. Dude, it's maybe my favorite zombie film I've ever seen.
Really?
It's an amazing movie. The settings, the lighting, everything about it is so gross and just dark and awesome. And it's kind of like there's like a SWAT team that goes in to take out some zombies and they end up in this building they go in to take out some terrorists and there ends up being like zombies involved. And it's this crazy, intense, like action horror.
Yeah.
And that is the only thing I can think of that was a really good mixture of horror and action. I can't really think of anything else.
I mean, we're probably missing like a big
well,
thing
maybe, but I feel like they're either mostly like the Resident Evil film series that we have now, I'd say is mostly action.
Yeah. I mean,
it's got some like monsters.
Yeah, and that makes me go back to the first one. That one was the most horror out of all of them.
Yeah,
it had jump scares. It was like grotesque and all that stuff. And then it started progressively getting more actiony Which I guess the games are like that too. The first one was definitely horror, and then over time they got more like Resident Evil 4 was.
Maybe Alien.
Yeah.
Like Aliens is more of it's an action and a horror.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of picture that mood because Aliens has there aren't like jokes. Like it's a dark setting. It stays dark.
Yeah.
I kind of want that.
Yeah, I totally go for that. But I don't mind it being cheesy. Like me personally, I think it would be maybe not funny, but more enjoyable if like it was over the top. Like when deaths happen or something. Like
I feel like that's what we just got though.
I know it is, but
like what kind of cheese are we talking?
I want like better cheese.
Yeah.
They gave me like Swiss, like with the older movies, and I want American cheese.
Oh, American. All right, you want some American cheese?
Yeah, but I guess maybe just because I've already seen like all these Resident Evil movies that like my vision of what it could be is ruined.
It's hard for me to imagine what it would even be like.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
And the other thing is, with all these movies, they took so many elements from the games already, like the characters, and they even recreated certain scenes from games. So it's like if they were to take the approach of like doing a carbon copy of the games and stuff, we've already seen a bunch of that.
It's true. Yeah, I mean, you'd have to take a different approach or just do it differently. I mean, I will reserve judgment until I see who's attached to it because you put a good director on there and someone with some vision for it.
Yeah, it's the same company. I don't know the company now, but
oh man, are they just trying to hang on to rights?
Probably.
I wonder why they. All right, well, we'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see. That partially excites me. I mean, I would like to see. They just got to do it totally different. I don't want to see more of the same.
No way.
You know, they already ran that one into the ground. What was that, 7? That is so many movies.
It probably for me it died around maybe 5, and that's a stretch. Like I mean 6 was kind of cool. I don't know.
That's really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I hope they take it more seriously than and I just mean tone wise.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to see like
I don't know either.
Especially with the route that the games are taking now, where 7 was such a horror.
See, if they made a movie of 7, maybe.
Right, you think though? I mean, there are a lot of stories and concepts that they could just focus in on. I mean, they could really focus in on Wesker.
They make a Wesker movie,
right? Like, I mean, they could follow him and go like pre-stars even. I mean, you could work up. It could be a prequel to what we know.
That's true. There is all that story, story with the Spencers and like all the characters that you don't really see too often.
So there's a lot of material there. We'll wait and see, I guess.
Yep. Since we were talking about games, should we go into video games?
Yes.
Okay.
Video games.
Video games.
Yeah, I mean, I know what I want to talk about.
I do too. I have one thing I want to talk about before we get into the new game that came out recently.
Okay, what?
Okay. Hold on, I gotta pull up my notes.
Dude, I wasn't too late for Games with Gold.
No, you weren't.
I thought I was. Well, I missed Force Unleashed.
Oh, I'm pretty sure I got that.
Unless you got it for me.
I might have, because I remember you texting me the first time, and you're like, "Hey, can you get me the Games with Gold?" And then you texted me again, and you're like, "I think I forgot it," so I went and got them all. After you texted me, I never texted you
because I got the Lara Croft one, which I was excited about.
Yeah,
and that other one, that platformer, looks dope. It's like the Something Sisters.
Oh,
it's not. The gameplay trailer looks so cool.
Yeah, that's the point of a trailer. Make it. It's I think it's Gianna Sisters.
Yeah.
Crap, that game frustrates me.
Why? Is it just because you suck at it?
That is true, but it's frustrating. Just because there's a lot of like platforming puzzles.
It's a platform puzzle game.
I know, and it sounds great, but it's difficult to like just maneuver. Like they don't jump high enough at certain times, and it's just difficult. It's a very hard game.
Here's my question.
Yes.
I went on. Whoops.
Yeah.
I wasn't on my console because I am still sans TV, unfortunately.
Of course.
And I was signed in, and I went to the Games of Gold, and I selected Get.
Yes.
Is it now attached to my account?
It's either Get. There's the other
There was
one.
Install, Get.
Yeah, Get attaches it to your profile. Yeah. So, yeah. And I already got them all for you anyway, so you re-got them again. I guess.
Double got.
Yeah, you got it.
All right. So what are we talking about before we talk about the thing we're going to talk about? So just
recently, I...
How recent we talking?
Last night.
All right. That's pretty recent.
I was on YouTube at 5 in the morning watching...
That was this morning. That's even more recent.
I know. So apparently there's been this resurgence of Pokemon cards.
Okay.
Of the classic Pokemon cards. That their rarity spiked like incredibly. So for one booster pack, one original gen booster pack, I think it comes with 7 cards or 10 cards or something.
Unopened,
$50.
Whoa.
$50 for one pack.
But is it like old?
Yeah, I mean it's the original like 1998. When Pokemon,
I thought you were going to say like thousands of dollars.
Well, for a one booster pack, for the possibility to get a rare card, that's actually probably worth more than the $50 by itself. But
as opposed to what are they? $3 usually for a booster pack.
Yeah, like 3 to like 7 or 8 depending.
So $50.
I think that's serious. But on top of that, they have these 32 booster card packs.
Yeah,
$750.
Holy Christmas!
Which I mean is you're actually getting a deal, I think.
Yeah, but still,
yeah, 7. But people are buying these and making YouTube videos of them unboxing and opening up. And there are like individual cards. There's like if you get a holographic Pikachu, let's say, $400. You can sell it for $400.
Wow!
Because it's brand new, you can get it like certified and have it like 10 rating.
Are
and
people
all that
buying them for that?
I don't know if people are buying them. People are definitely selling them for that much. But
wow.
But it just blows my mind because I guess up until like 2014, these packs were selling for like $3 a pop. And then like just randomly out of the blue, I don't know what happened. Like people were like, oh, these are actually worth a lot.
Wow.
So if you guys have old Pokemon cards, maybe give it a look-see because it might be worth a lot. Original gen, like even if they're crappy condition, people will still pay, $30 to $40 for
that's insane
for an all right version of a Pikachu or whatever.
Yeah.
So, but it's incredible. I just people talk about collecting cards and there's just so many over time.
Yeah.
But it just blew my mind that Pokemon cards I never really got into. I was Yu-Gi-Oh. I loved Yu-Gi-Oh cards. So,
yeah.
Which once again, the first gen of Yu-Gi-Oh cards are super rare too. I have one over there, Dark Magician. He's sleeping over there. I can't even see him, but I'm just saying that's my rarest card. Cough, cough. But
literally can't find it.
Yeah, it's impossible to see. But just blew my mind. I'm glad that these things are becoming more valuable over time.
That is exciting.
Yeah, and so if you guys even have an unopened pack,
you gonna buy some?
No, I was thinking about it. I'm gonna just get a bunch of Punch-Out gaming boxes.
Oh,
I'm gonna get 6 of them.
Are you really?
Yeah.
When?
Tomorrow. I'm gonna order them tomorrow. Because my credit card restarts, so I'll have a month to pay off.
You got a credit card?
Yeah. I'm an adult, Brett.
Look out, retail stores.
Tim's coming at you. Okay, so let's talk about what everybody's here to listen about.
Here we go. This week,
I've
been playing a lot of fighting games.
Oh, gross.
How do you feel about fighting games?
I like half of them.
Here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
This week I've played Ultra Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Yeah.
Ultimate, not Ultra.
Yeah, come on. Do you even know?
My brain was moving so slow just then.
Yeah, you just got to keep going. Okay, next one.
Mortal Kombat XL.
Uh-huh.
That's it. I can't think of any other ones. Oh, wait. Injustice 2.
Oh! That's it. If you were holding the mic, now's the time to drop it. Wow. Folks.
On the podcast, they may or may not have sounded like I dropped the mic.
Oh, okay. Let's hope.
So, you've played it?
Yes, I've played it a lot.
Samesies.
And what do you think?
Well, it's pretty bad if you hate amazing games.
Wow, you really got me there, Brett. That scared me. Oh no, we're losing him, folks. The time draws near when the bat comes out at night.
Let me tell you this.
Yes.
This game plays like butter.
It does. As far as NetherRealm fighting games,
yeah,
This is incredibly fast.
So fast. Yeah, you're right.
And it's, if you compare it to Mortal Kombat and even the first Injustice, it's just...
First Injustice, unbelievably so, this is way faster.
Yeah.
I don't know if it just plays smoother, so it's easier to land combos and whatnot. But just in general, it's definitely faster. Actually, I said something very wrong last week.
Oh.
This is a bit of a reflection. But
way late in the game.
Yeah, but no pun intended, because we're in games.
Yeah.
So I was sweet volley.
Yeah.
Last week on the podcast, I said how David and I had played Marvel vs. Capcom and then switched over to Mortal Kombat, and you notice how different, and what I had said is the button sequences are so different, which is not accurate, which makes the statement even more interesting that when you switch games, Mortal Kombat plays so much slower.
Yes.
But as far as special moves and stuff, a lot of the button sequences are the same. It's that
Hadouken.
It's that Hadouken. Yeah, exactly. And back forward attack, half circle attack.
But it's funny, Mortal Kombat, how it's presented is a lot different.
Yeah.
Because it'll show down left, and if you're playing Marvel vs. Capcom, it'll just be circle or whatever,
Right, exactly.
And it's funny because it feels like a completely different combo, but it's the same.
When you actually do it,
Yeah.
which I think that's why it used to be impossible for me to figure out how to do what they were telling me to do for the specials, because the way that they mark it, I'm like, I don't understand how to even
what do you mean
that.
Down, right.
Yeah. So that was the thing. I was listening and I was like, actually, when I said that, I was totally wrong. The button sequences are very similar, but in general, it just plays more slowly. And this still, Injustice 2 is not as fast as a Marvel vs. Capcom, but it's faster paced. It's really intense. I really like. It's beautiful.
It's, oh my god, graphically, dude, the story mode in this game.
I haven't even touched the story mode yet. I've only played Versus.
So I'll talk I'll tiptoe around it, but but visually, right up there with really an animated movie, like a DC animated movie. It is just the facial animations, the voice acting, the fighting, the cinematic fighting.
Yeah.
It's all just visually stunning. This is next gen game for sure.
Yeah.
And it's incredible. I don't know if they just put in millions of dollars into their engine, but they aced it. It was awesome.
I'm so glad that we've had this renaissance of fighting games because they're just getting better. I remember when Street Fighter 4 came out and it was like, oh my gosh, fighting games are back.
Yeah, because to my knowledge, we were pretty dry on them before Street Fighter 4.
Yeah, the PS2, I mean, PS2 Xbox generation, I feel like.
I mean, they had a lot, but there weren't big ones.
That's when we were getting Soul Calibur,
Tekken,
maybe some Virtua Fighters in there.
Yeah, definitely Virtual Fighters. Even I can't even pronounce it, Blase Blue or whatever. That's.
Oh, I always thought it was Blaze Blue, but I don't know.
Could be Blue Blaze.
Could be Blue Blue.
Anyways, a bunch of anime fighters.
It was a different time for fighting games. It was the 3D fighters, I guess.
Yeah,
it wasn't the 2D side scroller. Well, they're not side scroller.
Yeah, that's now.
But it technically side scrolls.
I mean, I guess it does scroll.
It's not like 3D because it changed when you could walk around your opponent.
Yes.
That was a whole new dynamic.
Oh my god, that still blows my mind.
But I guess it wasn't you didn't get the 2D fighters for a long time in that whole generation. I mean, there were actually Marvel vs. Capcom 2 was.
No, that was
PlayStation.
Dreamcast.
Oh, Dreamcast.
And I believe. Maybe
I think it was released on PlayStation.
Not PlayStation 2 though, right?
No. So maybe it was later PlayStation into PS2 and Xbox, probably because we started getting more theatrical, story-driven games. And then when 360 came out, and I remember Street Fighter 4 came out, then Ultra Street Fighter 4, they updated that.
We got Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom.
Yeah.
Got a new Tekken, which I actually really liked.
Really?
Tekken 6, I believe.
I don't think I played that. But then we got the crossover, the Street Fighter and Tekken crossover.
Yeah, which they only made one of those. They're supposed to make two. And then.
Were they?
Yeah, well, because...
I don't think it did very well.
Because what was the one we played? Was it Street Fighter Controls? Or Tekken Controls.
Oh, that's right. They were supposed to do Street Fighter X Tekken.
I can't remember.
Tekken X Street Fighter.
Yeah. I believe it was Street Fighter Controls, right?
It might have been. We had a hard time with it.
We did have a hard time with it.
I bought it again recently.
Oh, you did?
So we should give it a shot.
Yeah. 360, that's funny.
Yeah, because I was just buying. I also bought. We got DC versus Mortal Kombat. I remember when that got announced, we were like, "What?"
Yeah, that was because one of the big things was DC didn't want their characters fatalicized, I guess.
Right.
Yeah, they didn't want their characters which compared to Injustice now, it's like holy crap.
So yeah, I noticed in this game there's blood. It's pretty violent.
It is a very hard T rating.
Is it a T rating?
Yeah.
Wow.
To my knowledge, anyways. I mean, it's definitely no reason for M. There's no language or anything. But.
Right. So yeah, talking about all those games, just to say that like it's just been getting better and better. And I have played a good deal of MKXL this week, and that game too is so fluid. You know, we got Mortal Kombat 9, and that was really good. And then Mortal Kombat X was like next level stuff, and now this feels like it just keeps getting better.
Yeah, it's just like fast and it could be. I don't know what else it could be, but maybe like just the combos are strung together much more like...
I think that's a big part of it.
Yeah, like it looks more fluid because, you know, if you keep pressing X, you can get a nice looking combo even though you only hit the person 3 times or whatever.
Right. Yeah, and the other thing is I think it's easier... I don't know if it's easier now or they've made it more accessible to string combos together and top it off with a special.
Yeah.
You know, stuff like that. So the games just have a little more, the fights have a little more excitement to them.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know? And this one doesn't have, actually, what was the last one that had like interactive stages? Was it Injustice?
Mortal Kombat did before.
XL doesn't though, right? Where you can like smash them through the stages?
No, there's none of that. That's kind of an Injustice trait like that. They have their own thing.
Does that happen in this one?
Yeah, they have them. But it's not, it's a lot less, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Not as accessible, I guess. Like only one half of the map will give you a transition.
Okay.
And even then it's like, it's just, they're not as good as they were in the first one.
Okay.
It's just kind of like a quick smashing through stuff. Whereas in the first Injustice, it was either side you could be transitioned into, and I believe there were 3 layers you could go through.
Yes, you're right. Well, at least some of them definitely had like multiple.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah. So there are transitions, but they're not as possible, I guess. Like they're not as easier to do, I guess.
Yeah.
Which this leads me to the idea of content. I feel like this game, at least as far as stages and characters go, maybe a little lacking compared to the first one.
Really?
I mean, there are an incredible cast of characters, but what I never understand is when you get a new fighting game, why not just put all the characters from the first one into the new one and then add all these characters?
I don't know. You know what kills me about... I keep bringing it up because I was just on a NetherRealm kick, so we were playing Mortal Kombat. I'm so bummed that Freddy didn't end up in MKXL.
Oh, yeah.
Because I loved having him and we got Predator. Wasn't Predator in the last one too?
I think so, actually.
It was Fred. I'm trying to remember who were the bonus characters. It was Freddy, and I know the Mortal Kombat characters I think were like Rain and
I don't even remember
something
those.
like that. But we got Jason in this one. But so like total missed opportunity for Freddy versus Jason.
Right, absolutely.
So I don't know why he didn't get carried over. Similar to what you're saying in this one, I have the character list right here. You want me to run through it real quick?
Yeah.
So in this one we get Aquaman, Atrocitus, Bane, Batman, Black Adam, Black Canary, Blue Beetle, Brainiac, Captain Cold, Catwoman, Cheetah, Cyborg, Darkseid, Deadshot, Dr. Fate. It's a pretty good list.
Yeah.
Firestorm, Flash, Gorilla Grodd, Green Arrow, Green Lantern, Harley Quinn, Joker, Poison Ivy, Red Hood, Robin.
Red Hood's not in it yet.
Right.
DLC character.
Robin / Nightwing, Scarecrow, Starfire, Sub-Zero, Supergirl, Superman, Swamp Thing, and Wonder Woman. 3 of those characters aren't listed yet.
Yes.
And I think there are going to be more in the future.
Yeah, they said there's definitely at least going to be 9 more characters added. So
holy
yeah.
God, that's
I mean,
crazy.
it is a really good list, But there are a few characters like Shazam. I want Shazam. Black Adam is just like Shazam, but I want Shazam, not Black Adam. And there are just other characters. Like in Injustice, my best character is Lex Luthor. I kicked butt with Lex Luthor.
Oh, yeah, he's not in this one.
He's not in it at all. I mean...
Lobo's not in this one.
Well, he was a DLC character.
I'm just saying I want Lobo in this one.
So, I don't know. I feel like there's some... and like how they got Joker in the game, thematically, like with the story, makes no sense.
Really?
Well... because the story of Injustice is Superman kills Joker.
Oh, right. That's right.
So why he's in this game?
Because he can't not be.
Yeah, because I guess we need Joker. But anyways, so it's like, why can't we have Lex Luthor then? Why can't we have certain other characters?
I don't know why that is.
But then again, maybe I'm just being spoiled from like Smash Bros. And I'm like, I want more characters.
Well, there could be the chance that, I mean, that was Street Fighter, right? Like the first Street Fighter, you had, 8 characters? Mm-hmm. And then, then you get to like Super Street Fighter 2 and they just kept adding characters, but you didn't lose Ken and Chun-Li and, Dalsim. Like you had all those guys, all those characters. So I don't know why they don't just add them on. I wonder if it has anything to do with keeping the game experience unique. Like if you want to play as Freddy, you got to go back to MK9. If you want to play as Lex Luthor, we got to play Injustice.
Okay, so you're saying, but why would people want you to go back to their older games?
I don't know.
I mean, I guess okay, that makes sense.
That's the only thing I can think of, like, unless it's just this decision where it's like, okay, we can either spend the time and money on redeveloping the old characters, or we bring in some new characters that we think will be equally as or more, more popular.
But I would think because they already have their characters made, how hard could it be? Like, they don't necessarily have to do new moves.
Yeah, that I don't know. Because they
could tweak them, but
I don't think Batman and Superman or Wonder Woman are that different in this game.
No way. Batman is very similar. He's got a few different moves. But
yeah, so with that logic, I have no idea. I mean, I don't know why we didn't get Mega Man in Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
I know that's still such a weird.
Like Zero's great, but why would you not put Mega Man?
I know.
Like, it doesn't. So I don't know.
Weird stuff. But I mean, that's a tiny complaint. The rest of the game is amazing.
Game's really great. All the unique. Ultra combos are so cool.
Oh, the ultimates, the supers, whatever they're called in this. Yeah, they are so imaginative and brutal and
Sharks.
Have
you done Aquaman's?
Yes. Oh my god.
Oh man, I was as soon as it started. There's that thing where you're playing with friends, and whoever's got the ultimate, you almost want to let them hit you because you just want to see
when
each
you're
characters.
First playing that game. That's yeah.
Dude, my friend hit me with the Aquaman one. I wasn't even mad. I was like, there better be sharks.
Yeah.
And there's
certainly a shark.
That shark. Oh, dude, I'm saying so good. So that's really great. I love too that is a staple in fighting games now. That ultra combo or whatever.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
It's a game changer. It could win the game for you. It could change your
because it's like I'm about to lose. I might as well just throw it out, and then there you could totally crush your opponent.
Absolutely.
And no matter what, even if you get hit by it, it's still always visually stimulating. You're always just excited to see it. It's like, oh,
totally,
you got me. But, and it gives you a chance to have a break and think, or you could even look at your moves at that point.
True. Yeah.
It gives you a moment to kind of relax and just think about what your next move is going to be.
Right.
So it's cool. Those elements alone are just awesome.
Yeah. I would also say that NetherRealm's killing it with the stories. I haven't even played through this one, but I really love the way that they do their story modes.
Yeah, and it's a very good balance of sometimes you do 3 fights in a row. It's like fight, and then you get 10 minutes of cutscene. So it's like you can just sit and watch a movie.
Yeah.
And it's lengthwise, you could beat it in under 4 hours. But there are choices you can make, playing as certain characters and going different paths. Cool. But on top of that, it's just a really neat story, continues from Injustice. And at some points, I'm like, don't be a bad guy. I don't want you to be a bad guy. Like Wonder Woman, she is brutal in this game.
Really?
Hands down, she's going much more into her Amazonian roots of war and all this stuff, but she just there's scenes where she just doesn't care about civilians. She'll kill them to get to her target and stuff. And you're like,
what?
I mean, it's the universe that's set up, but it's so cool to see all these characters in the villain.
I gotta play it.
Yeah, villain perspective. Superman, Wonder Woman, all these people. You're like, don't be bad.
Yeah,
no, I don't like seeing you guys like
You're
this.
grounded.
Yeah, exactly. Bad. But yeah, story wise, amazing. Really, really good story. what else?
I don't know.
The other huge thing to this game is the customization.
Yes. Yeah.
One of the biggest things is
The loadouts,
they're loadouts. But you get armor, and you can and it adjusts your strength, your health, your defense, and your abilities.
It's got RPG elements.
Yeah, or even like a loot system, like Diablo or Destiny or whatever, where you have to go and like collect this armor to become stronger. And good and bad. It's good because. It brings a lot more life to the game because you want to get that level 20 epic gear and like make your Supergirl look like the best Supergirl possible. Have all the best looking armor. But at the same time, when you play online, there are people who have level 20 armor and you're like level 18 or whatever, and you get crushed. Really? Because it's such a significant difference. And it all depends on the game modes you play anyways.
Sure, yeah.
But it's cool because it gives you a lot more to do. Oh, well, speaking of that, single player, there are so many options.
Really?
There's single fight, there's an arcade mode, there's survival, there's a time attack, there's this thing called multiverse.
I saw that.
Yeah, so what that gives you is 5 different universes. And it's like arcade ladders or like just special events that you go do, and they change every day. It'll so like one's like a Catwoman theme one, and you have to play as Catwoman, and you have to defeat all the villains in Arkham Asylum, and then you have to defeat Batman at the end, and you'll get like a diamond crate and all this stuff. So that's
awesome.
Yeah, it's just very cool because it like will push you into characters you don't play as, but to get all this cool gear and extra stuff, you have to kind of go through it. So,
that's so cool.
Yeah, and it has a lot of content.
What do you think about the character power that you can activate in each one? If you press B, each one of them has like a power element.
I think it's cool. I think it's neat. Sometimes cheap, depending on the character.
Yeah. I haven't figured them all out.
Yeah, because they're all varied. Some you just press B and that's it. Others you can press left B, up B, and down B, and it'll do a different variation of the move.
Interesting.
And certain characters, like Bane, for instance.
Yep.
He uses Titan or whatever he uses, Venom, whatever it's called, to get him super strong. So he like destroys you in 3 hits. But once it all runs out, he's super slow. So then you can take that opportunity to beat the crap out of him.
Oh, interesting.
So, pros and cons. I think it's a good element to add. Right. It's just another option, another attack, basically.
Yeah. And it's meter based. Like once you use it, you got to wait for it to regenerate.
Yeah, it charges pretty quick. But...
It does, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Overall, I think there's so many varied elements.
Elements?
There's so many varied elements to the game that I love that fighting games are becoming more involved. It's not just play a couple arcade rounds and then it's over.
Yeah.
They've become this whole like bigger experience.
Yeah, no, I agree for sure.
I'm glad.
Crap.
So play Injustice 2.
We didn't just take a big break or anything.
We definitely didn't just take a half an hour to empty our SIM card.
Overall ending thoughts with Injustice. If you like
Injustice
fighting
2.
Games, Injustice 2.
Clarify.
Yes, if you like fighting games more in the vein of Mortal Kombat or I guess more like Tekken. Definitely not like Street Fighter. Definitely not like Marvel vs. Capcom.
Yeah.
I would say it's more of like a realistic, if you can with superheroes, fighter.
Mm-hmm.
If you like those types of games, you'll totally enjoy this. Visually, it's amazing. If you're a DC fan, it's amazing.
Yes, for sure.
Wealth of content. Even though there's not many maps and it's lacking some characters that I personally like, it doesn't draw away from it at all.
No, yeah, it's...
May I add some of the most creative achievements I've seen in a long time.
Really? Like what?
There is my favorite one. It's called Be Prepared.
Okay.
And Harley Quinn has her B, her super. What was it called? The B. The when you press B, what is that called? Like the hero.
I think
power?
It's just called like a character power.
Character power or something. So hers, she throws a big. I think it's a bone or a chunk of meat, and hyenas come.
Oh.
And so to get the achievement, you have to play King of the Hill, and you have to dethrone a king by defeating him with the hyenas.
And it's called Be
Prepared. It's so clever. That's
amazing.
If you don't know, it's a Lion King. It's reference to Lion King, the song that the hyenas sing
good.
with Scar. But yeah,
that's great.
I was like, this is incredible. And some of the other ones, there's one called Out of Nowhere, and it's Bane it's a reference to wrestling where the guy's like out of nowhere and he does an RKO, like, which is a wrestling move.
Yeah, I don't know anything about wrestling.
Me neither. I know that because my friends watch wrestling. Anyways, but yeah, just the titles and the things you have to do to get the achievements.
That's so good.
Yeah. But yeah, that one, it's a secret achievement too. So like if you get it, no one could like be like, oh, I get it, you know? But it's cool. It's a neat achievement. So
I love too that, and I think they started this in Mortal Kombat where, and maybe even in Marvel vs. Capcom they do this, but no matter who you pick, the characters have special program things that they say to that particular opponent.
In this game, that was actually a big, I don't know if it's a selling point or like in the trailers they showed it, but it's they have like different dialogue depending. So if player 1 Supergirl and player 2 Superman, they'll have their dialogue.
Right.
But if player 1 is Superman and player 2 is Supergirl, they'll have a different set of dialogue.
Interesting.
And different intros depending on the characters, and they also have multiple. So if it's Supergirl and Superman, and then Supergirl and Superman again, they'll say something different.
Yeah.
But every character has their own dialogue with each other.
That's so cool.
There are a few that you can tell, like, because they don't know or correlate with each other, it's very generic. Like,
right.
A lot of it's with Darkseid because he's a DLC character anyways.
Okay.
He's like, oh, I will destroy you. And everyone's like, no, you're not. Like,
yeah.
something stupid like that. No. So, but other than that, that's really cool that they took the time to, do all the interactions with the characters.
Yeah. And one other thing, just because we didn't mention it, that I thought was pretty cool is some of the premier skins, which is like Captain Cold is a main. He's
Mr. Freeze.
Yeah. But what I was gonna say, he's just a character that you can play. He's not like a DLC character or anything like that. But
yes, yeah. So the skins are like completely new outfits and a different voice actor.
Yeah.
But they have the same movesets as the other characters. But it's a way to get more characters.
Yeah, you can play as
like Supergirl. She can become Power Girl.
Right.
Which I have no idea who she is, clearly. Or maybe she was Supergirl before. Anyway, so, but she has a different set of dialogue. She looks different, different outfit and all that stuff. There's Reverse Flash.
That's right.
There's Nightwing. Robin can become Nightwing. But he's an interesting case because he has a different moveset.
I thought some of them did.
Yeah. He's the only one I know of, though, because there's Cyborg can become Grid, which is just like full robot cyborg.
Oh, okay.
Same moves. And that's the thing. They all have the same movesets, to my knowledge.
Huh.
I mean, Reverse Flash still has the same like super and all those moves. So I don't know, but
I thought it was a cool dynamic because we're gonna get the bonus characters in the future, but to be able to change Captain Cold into Mr. Freeze, or I thought that was a pretty cool way to get just more characters in it into the game.
Yeah, just even if it's just a skin, you can still have some dialogue and just
because for some reason like. The skins and the costumes have become such a big part of it.
Yeah.
Like even the other day, David and I were nerding out about how cool it is to have the Weapon X skin in Marvel vs. Capcom for Wolverine. That original with like the headgear.
Yeah,
and all that
exactly.
Stuff. It's just so sweet. So that was a cool way to kind of change things up in this game too. Overall, 1,000,000 thumbs up. As we usually rate things.
Yeah, I mean, we're pretty positive guys when it comes to rating things.
I just meant we always rate things 1,000,000 thumbs up.
Oh.
Which isn't true.
Yeah.
I just said it as like a poorly delivered joke.
Nice one.
I have no more games that I would like to speak about.
Yes, can we go into food?
Yeah.
Okay.
Delicious.
Hi, welcome to food. Oscar, the door's open. Hey, psst. Psst, psst. There you go. That probably sounds great on the mic.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure that's not your piercing.
So I just wanted to take this moment, talk about my new... Have I talked about Fatterday before?
Yeah.
On the podcast?
Yeah.
Oh. Really?
100%.
I didn't remember doing that. Okay, so then ignore that. I've been making great Fatterdays. And my other thing is just a short story from work. So we get bacon bits at work. We add them to various meals.
Okay.
And to my knowledge, bacon bits, you can just eat them. You can just take handfuls and eat them, right? You agree?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Okay. So over time, I'm eating handfuls and more bacon bits at work just because it's a quick snack.
So you just have a bowl of bacon bits?
I mean, we have the container. I kind of just like scoop it, and throughout the night, I just pop a few in my mouth, just whatever.
Now, is this a bowl of bacon bits that you put on other people's food?
Yes, but this.
So you just.
I'm not cross-contaminating. There's this big bag, and then it goes in that, and then I scoop with a separate bowl and put that bowl to the side.
All right, I get you.
So it's all kosher safe.
But still, you just have a bowl of bacon bits.
Yeah, well, because I get hungry and
you work in a restaurant. There's so much food there. They're feeding you bacon bits
because it's quick and easy and it's flavorful.
Sure. Okay. All right. I'm with you.
So I'm eating these and I'm like, man, these are so good. Blah blah blah. So eventually, so I'm eating them one day and I don't even remember who told me this, but someone came up and they were like, that's raw bacon, and I was like, no, it's not, and they're like, yeah, it is. And so I go and look at the package it comes in, totally raw. I've been eating raw bacon for like 3 weeks. Uncooked. So when we put it on food, we will always warm it up, but the food it goes on always goes in the oven.
Sure.
So
it's real bacon then?
It's real.
What you guys get?
It's real sliced up bacon. So
was it like a little chewy?
It was fine. I'm still convinced that it's cooked. But on the package it was like raw bacon. Make sure you heat up all this stuff. So I'm like, so I haven't touched it in a while, but
that's amazing.
Well, because all bacon bits I've ever had have always been bacon bits. Like I just assumed it's cooked, like in a sense beef jerky almost,
Yeah.
But it turns out the cold ones we've been using, and I didn't even think about it, but every time it goes in, we're cooking it in the oven because it's raw. I didn't get sick or anything.
Yeah, sure.
But the amount I've been eating is probably not good. like scoops and scoops full. But I'm just... So, long story short, I have inadvertently had a lot of raw bacon in the past.
You should just jump on keto at that point.
I mean, seriously, I think I've talked about it. I've always wanted to try raw meat.
Yeah, and now you have.
I mean, bacon, yes. And it tastes just like bacon.
Yeah.
It wasn't gross. I don't know.
Sure.
Why not just eat everything raw?
Well, have you ever had like an insanely undercooked burger?
No, I don't. That's the thing. Like, I don't want a burger undercooked. I just want to have raw meat. Yeah, just by itself, just to try.
I read an article once about a guy who ate only raw meat. That's like all he eats.
Don't you get like tapeworms and stuff though?
I don't know. His body adapted to it for some reason.
That makes sense.
Had something to do with the way, like, he had to eat a special diet, and that was within it somehow.
Probably like iron or something. Like
some kind of digestive issue.
Yeah,
or something like that. But so his. Like the article said that his refrigerators look like a murder movie or something.
Yeah, I don't know if I saw that article. You might have showed me it actually,
Maybe.
but I've seen it before.
So you can do it.
I guess. And I've always wanted a raw egg.
You've always wanted. Oh yeah, I've never tried that.
Just to chug, like you see it in Rocky.
You should
and
just
stuff.
try it. You get eggs.
Yeah. Do you want to do it on live?
Oh, we could.
We can. I'm upset now. Okay, I guess that's it for food. Are we going live?
Do
you have anything else?
I was trying to think of. I was going to talk about something in music, but I don't know. Should I do it? Nah, I'll save it for next week.
Okay.
Next week, dude. Oh, next week I'm gonna be wrecked when we do the podcast.
I'm gonna be wrecked too. Because we're gonna do that. Oh wait, no, not next week. No, the week after.
That's the week after.
So what
next
are you
week,
doing?
So I'm going to this artist development conference next weekend.
It sounds complicated.
It's like Thursday through Sunday.
Ooh.
And it's like so it's basically like a bunch of rappers, like record label executives or reps, and like a couple of hip hop like news outlets are going to be there and stuff like that. And I registered for the conference, and there's going to be a bunch of like I said, a bunch of reps there who like do booking, and I guess some of the labels are like scouting for new talent and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I registered to go, and there's 2 concerts Saturday and Sunday night. With some rappers that I know, a bunch that I haven't heard of, but it's still cool that they're doing live shows. So like Thursday and Friday night, they have like sessions where you go and just learn about the industry and stuff like that. Saturday, they're doing some different tracks and like courses on booking. And one of the guys that's coming is like, he books a bunch of huge shows in New York and stuff. So, and they're doing one-on-one sit-downs with like one of the label reps and one of the guys from the news outlet and stuff like that. So I've been trying to like get in touch with those guys.
That
so
sounds
I can,
amazing.
Yeah. So, but it's crazy because Thursday and Friday I leave work. I have to drive down to Boston both nights to go there. And then Saturday morning I drive to Boston and they have like breakfast there and everything.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be there pretty much all day until the concert. And I might not even go Sunday because Sunday's just, it's another concert, which would be cool to go to.
Yeah.
But I feel like I'm going to be destroyed after
God.
like.
Well, I mean, when we go to Comic-Con, we go for one day and it's
and
a long day.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
like we're good at that point. We're satisfied.
So
that's awesome though. Like it sounds like a lot of great opportunities.
Yeah,
for you.
exactly. And I'm trying to like take the opportunity to go and hopefully connect with some people and stuff like that.
Does it cost money or can you just sign up for
it was so when you register it's like a VIP entry, so I have access to both the shows cuz you can also just buy tickets to the shows, but it was $50 registration and it includes all the food and all the sessions. I can go to whatever sessions I want, stuff like that, and then the 2 shows. So.
And that's perfect. You can get your name out there, like meet with people, so they'll.
Yep, they're picking a few artists to perform live. So I submitted my music and I'm waiting to hear back.
Oh my god, how scary would that be? The day of you show up there and they're like, "Oh yeah, you're going live."
This week I'm gonna spend some time this week prepping a set just in case. Because I get so stressed out if it's last minute changes or whatever. I couldn't
even imagine.
But I wouldn't be stressed out to perform because I'm pretty confident in my live performance. I would almost rather someone see me play live than just listen to my music.
Yeah.
So I'm actually hoping that works out.
Yeah, that'd be sweet. Dude, I wish you luck.
Thanks, man.
Speaking of live.
Yeah, we might as well just do that, I guess.
I keep forcing it,
No, that's good. I was just considering, and then I talked about that instead, and I'm just saying I'm probably going to be beat next week.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I'll do the podcast by myself.
That's fine.
God, there's no way.
Oh, I don't know how people do the solo podcast thing. I've thought about trying it, but...
The closest I've seen to it actually working is like let's plays, people doing let's plays by themselves.
Sure.
And but like a solo podcast.
Yeah, there's only one that I listen to that works pretty well. Spirit Blade Underground.
I mean, as long as you have topics to talk about.
Yeah, his is well
like
scripted.
You could treat it like a news show or something where you just talk about articles and give your opinion about it.
Right.
But no, I always need like someone to bounce off of just to keep the flow nice.
Right. All right, well, let's flow nicely into live. We'll be back momentarily.
Bye. Are we live?
Yeah.
Oh. Hi.
Is that a bad angle?
What? Oh, come on. Maybe a little bit.
Can you reach it?
Actually, can you just scoot over a little bit?
Yeah, I guess. But then it's going to be weird on that camera.
Oh, yeah.
Hang on.
Okay.
Vamp.
Hey, vamp. I'm a vampire who likes to vamp. Now I'm singing the Dracula rap. Yo, dog.
Dude, come on.
I like to suck blood.
We're never going live on that.
If people aren't showing up for the Dracula rap, what will they show up for? Oh, okay. So imagine this. Grimace, Gossamer, Groot, God. The 4 Gs, the musical.
I mean, I don't even know what to imagine.
I just imagine the correlation between those guys.
I'm not seeing the story.
Groot would have such a hard time talking to people.
You think so?
Do you think Rocket would show up? Groot would. I'm just saying.
So we are... We're on my page this week.
Yes.
This is the Keep Up podcast. We've been doing it on our Facebook page, which you can find if you search the Keep Up. But we're doing it on my page tonight because...
You have a lot of friends.
I have more friends than we do on the page.
No, it's a good way for people to see like what the podcast is like, because if you're not following us, obviously you won't see us.
I say we do your page next week.
Hey, we can switch off.
So describe the podcast. Say no one's ever listened before. They have no idea what's happening.
Give me the honor.
I would like for you.
So we talk about things and stuff.
All right.
I wasn't ready for this, Brett.
No, I know. That's the best. So we just met, and I'm like, oh, cool. What do you
nice
do?
Nice to meet you. I'm Tim.
Hey, I'm Brett.
Nice.
What do you do in your free time on Monday nights?
Specifically Monday nights, me and my brother have this podcast.
Oh, your brother sounds handsome.
Yeah, he's I like from just saying my brother, you
Yeah.
say he sounds handsome.
Just sounds like a good-looking guy, is all I'm saying.
So we do this podcast.
Oh, what's your podcast about?
We talk about all things entertainment.
Oh, that sounds interesting.
Whether it be, oh God.
Sorry, my sound's
I'm
on.
talking to myself now. So we talk about films, music,
Yeah.
video games,
Okay.
literature,
Uh-huh.
food,
Yeah.
toys,
Yeah.
reflections.
Reflections.
Yeah, that's why people are here.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
He pretty much nailed it.
So I think we should just get right to this little guy.
Yeah. So, if you're listening to the podcast, you know this already, but on live, I should tell you that Tim brought up how he's always wanted to try a raw egg.
Yes. Yeah.
So somehow that turned into us consuming raw eggs.
Yeah, we're gonna do it here for you guys live. And that's it.
That's it? What do you mean that's it?
I've always had this fascination with raw food because it's something you're not supposed to eat. So why not eat it?
I mean, when you put it like that,
That's what I'm saying. What if I smash this glass with the egg?
that's hilarious.
Okay. Wow.
No dice, huh?
No.
So I mentioned it to you earlier. You're getting it. You're gonna get it all over the thing.
I know. I didn't think about this.
So what do you think about, like, did you already empty it?
Yeah, it's good.
All right, cool.
Really, Salem? No, Salem, not. This is it, huh? I just. No, not on this table. Go. I guess you enjoyed that.
Dude, that's gold. Oh, that's gonna be so confusing if people are just listening.
Oh my God! I know you're just gonna start dying. She's gonna do it again. I see it in her
Don't. You
eyes.
stay down there.
No,
See, this is a new dynamic for us. This is only what, the fourth time we done live.
Yeah.
So we'll release this full podcast on our feed on Friday,
Yes, on our feed.
and that'll be our podcast feed.
Oh, okay.
Calm down, dude.
Sorry, I was just so shocked.
Oh man, dude, that was good.
It's so perfect because it's like when you see those like dancing videos or whatever,
Yeah.
and the cat comes up and
freaking
ruins
cats.
everything.
Cat was coming
so-
after the egg.
Ugh.
I started saying something, but I don't know what it was.
I don't even know where we are. We're talking about eggs. We're
yo.
going live.
We got some. Yeah, Nate. I'm sorry, Nate. Nate Dupont just jumped in and said, "I just joined and a cat's butthole's in my face." I'm sorry, man. Totally unplanned.
I'm not sorry. That's what kind of content you get from
Oh
us.
yeah, who's not gonna want to join live after that? You know what I'm saying?
I hope the thumbnail for this is not Salem's butt.
I'm gonna make it.
Okay,
that.
Brett, you go ahead.
Oh man, I don't remember what I was saying. Oh yeah, I do. Should we just consume these eggs?
Yeah.
You gonna switch it around for a minute?
No way.
Go. You go first.
I don't trust you. I feel like you're just gonna like toss
I'm
it
gonna
behind
pour
you.
mine on you
On
while
the
you're doing
wall.
it.
Oh.
All right, same time.
Yep. Cheers. Oh my God. Oh my God. That was awful. That was so weird.
That was real weird.
Oh my God.
Are you gonna throw up?
No, I'm good. That was, I don't know what the heck was going on in my mouth. I don't. You laugh, but I almost couldn't breathe for a minute.
Yeah, I did feel a little bit like I was drowning.
Yeah, that's what it was. Wow.
Oh man, that's gross.
Oh, flavor wise, there wasn't much.
Shout out to Katrina Davis, Dan, Angela, Celia, Mark, Heather.
Thank you for
Nate.
all these people watching and commenting.
Oh man, that was gross.
That was.
Katrina, I'm sorry I only said your last name, but then I realized I could just go with first names.
That was gross.
That was gross. I'm not into that. I'm not into that.
It
at
was
all.
like a
I'm not
mixture.
doing that again.
I couldn't breathe. There was no flavor. Felt like boogies.
Yeah, is that
It
what it
was
felt? What was that?
boogies.
It felt like boogies.
Boogies.
Oh, that was gross.
So, did you taste anything?
I was trying not to. It just felt like I was drowning.
Yeah.
My mouth didn't know what to do with it once.
Yeah. My reaction was to spit it out.
Yeah.
Was it just like pure iron?
So the podcast isn't usually us just
Just
eating raw eggs and whatnot.
yeah, that kind of just happens naturally.
That was gnarly. All right, can we move on from that?
To what?
Well, I had a thing I wanted to talk
Go ahead,
about.
please. Ooh, I feel it in my heart.
Yeah. It literally feels like it just draped over my heart when it went down.
The
It's still in this
cholesterol
area.
The pure cholesterol.
I mean, I eat a lot of eggs. I'm not worried about eggs.
Yeah.
Just usually cook them.
Ugh.
Anyways.
Don't do that. Rocky, you're wrong.
Rocky?
Rocky Balboa. I think they actually shake it up, but
What's this?
what?
I don't know. Nate said, "Why'd you shoot an egg yolk?" I don't know, man. It came up, and then we did it.
Yeah, and that's
I don't know why we did it.
oh,
Yo, David joined up.
yo, David.
So here's what I wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
I feel like I would love for this podcast to become almost completely audience fueled.
Mm-hmm. So us not here, it's just going to be people talking.
Right, like we turn on the mics and then just leave.
Yeah.
And see what happens.
See how the people produce.
It's not what
it.
I mean.
Okay.
Calm down.
I'm sorry. I was getting with you, but
I still can feel like the egg.
I'm pretty much dead.
It's real weird. No, so like if the stuff that we talk about, like I want people to suggest things for us. And I know we've mentioned it before, but I was thinking more about this today where if you're right.
I feel like eggs.
Right, because the concept of the show from the beginning was like there's just too much stuff to keep up with, too much music, too much TV, too many movies. What are you looking
I
at?
was seeing if I had napkins up there.
What, are you going to spit or
I'm
something?
I'm just a mess.
Do you need a drink?
No, I'm good.
All right, good, 'cause I don't have a drink. But I'm thinking like, what if we do it like there's something that you guys heard about and you want to check out, but you're not sure if you should spend the time. So you suggest something. You're like, hey, I want to watch this, but I don't know if I should spend the time. And then you suggest it to us, and then we watch it, and we give you like what we thought of it.
So we're like their filter. Like, say they want to watch
Yes.
Dr. Horrible sing-along blog.
Great.
Yeah, it's good. There you go. Saved you guys the time. But we'll watch it for you and then talk about it either live or on the podcast,
Right.
whatever floats our boats.
And maybe that doesn't work because then they have to spend the time listening to the podcast.
I mean, we could do it in a live section.
We could specifically do it in the live section.
Ideally, we would probably want to just do the whole podcast live.
That's hard, though.
It is hard.
Yeah.
We'll figure that out eventually.
Yeah,
but,
eventually.
even so, yes, I agree with that. I think we, if you guys have suggestions, music, movie, comics, anything, video games, we want to try it. We want to see your experiences.
What'd that mean?
What? I want to see why they want to.
So you're saying they suggest things that they like for us
Yes.
to...
It doesn't
I'll
have to
take
be
any.
like-
I'll take it. Whatever.
Yeah.
We could do it either way.
Yeah. Like the classic movie Sock Puppets.
Is that a movie?
I betcha.
Thinking of Puppet Master?
No.
Did you ever see Puppet Master?
Is that the one with the guy who looks like Beethoven?
What's your Beethoven? What's
Yes.
your favorite horror movie of all time?
I got to spring this on me right now.
It feels like it's time.
Right now. I got to say, probably The Grudge.
David says Cricket City.
Oh, no, thank you. We're just going to leave that over there.
Just saying, it's a good one.
Cricket City is a classic. But I would have to say The Grudge.
The Grudge is your favorite horror movie of all time?
Mostly because it has a lasting effect on me as far as horror.
I want to hear some favorite horror movies of all time. Go. You keep talking.
Oh, okay. I was like,
You got to get used to this.
Yeah, I
There's
know.
a lot going on.
Okay.
The Grudge. Why is it your favorite?
So I watched this at the wee young age of either 12 or 13. I can't remember. But this was a very impressionable time where if I saw a horror movie and I was scared, it stuck with me.
Yeah.
So this movie,
That's the one that did it.
This is something where, like, if you look into the dark and you're not sure what's there, my mind's like, oh, the Grudge Girl's hanging out over there.
Yeah.
You know how you're always afraid of what's in the darkness.
I mean, I'm not.
You're horrified of what's in the darkness.
The dark is scary.
You're not terrified of that door right there?
That door? No.
Okay.
That door.
What's
door.
next to the door?
Your Lego set?
Yeah. That's yeah.
That inspires no fear in me.
Yeah, well, you know what, Brett? You're not living the right kind of life.
But the dark, I can justify people being scared of the dark. You can't see.
I'm not afraid of the dark. I'm afraid of what's
in the dark.
Which I'm pretty sure that's a quote from something. But
from us right now.
But yeah, so that's what my mind goes to. So for a movie to scare me that much, this is not the Japanese version. This is the Americanized version also. Because that one's Ju-on, which is just as scary.
I haven't seen that one.
You're missing out.
Yeah.
What about you?
Similar one to or similar reasoning to what you're saying. I think mine is. Wait, are we saying favorite or one that scared us the most? That's your that's your favorite?
Yeah, my idea of a horror movie is one that like scared me the most, that left me with the longest impression.
I think my favorite horror movie is probably Sinister. I just saw it recently, but man, it stuck with me and I really loved it.
That was so good.
But I kind of want to go classic and say Pumpkinhead because that's the one I saw as a kid that stuck with me. And
like Halloween 3? No, that one's what's Halloween 3?
The third installment in the Halloween series.
No, not that. Isn't it Halloween 3 like Pumpkin King or something?
Oh, it's something about a pumpkin. a pumpkin. Sneak king. Let me check the comments real quick.
Yeah. So it's Pumpkinhead. You'll have to
Nick
talk about
DuPont.
that. Yeah.
Have we seen The Witch? I have not. We were just talking about it earlier.
Yeah, we were actually talking about it earlier in this podcast.
Tim's seen it.
Yes, and I thought it was really good.
Hi, Mom. Favorite horror movie? Jaws. Is Jaws a horror movie?
At the time, yes.
Yeah, I guess.
Nowadays, it's a comedy.
David says Serpent in the Rainbow. He said don't let the title fool you, but it sounds an awful lot like you made that up, David.
I'm going to go with it's a My Little Pony episode.
I don't know.
Serpent in the Rainbow.
Yeah, Nate says The Ring.
The Ring, yeah, absolutely. The Ring is certainly up there with that Japanese horror feel.
Yeah, I'm getting eye rollies at Pumpkinhead.
Yeah.
Pumpkinhead's pretty scary.
What is that even about?
You haven't seen Pumpkinhead? I know we've talked about it on the podcast before.
Is it any relation to Sleepy Hollow?
No.
Okay.
Not at all.
Okay.
Not at all.
So, but what's it about?
Chucky.
We don't talk about that.
The comment was, Tim's afraid of Chucky. All I said was Chucky, and you shuddered.
Yeah, Chucky is certainly up there. Even to this day, nothing freaks me
out. Because
dolls are horrifying. But you know the cover of Evil Dead 2?
Yeah.
The skull face.
Skull, yeah.
So we had that and Chucky both on VHS.
Do I know the cover of Evil Dead 2?
So we had both of those on VHS.
Yeah.
VHS.
Oh, do we still?
Maybe. But we used to have them all in this drawer on this like big, I don't even know, like bureau, I guess.
Yeah.
So as a kid, I used to open that drawer because there were like pens and stuff in there. But I opened it once and Evil Dead and Chucky were both there. I couldn't tell you how many nightmares just from the VHS.
They ended up
alone.
in the junk drawer?
Because I think there was a bunch of VHSs in there. But of course, Chucky and Evil Dead were right on top.
All done.
I went to the hospital. I died. I came back to life.
Came back. It was a whole ordeal.
It was like the end of days. But so that. But on top of that, Chucky's just horrifying.
Yeah, very scary.
He's not allowed to
give you
breathe.
that.
So Pumpkinhead. What is Pumpkinhead?
You'll have to watch it. I'm not going to give you the whole synopsis.
All right, next week, next podcast, Pumpkinhead.
I'll watch Pumpkinhead this week, and we can talk about it.
Okay. Another fantastic thing about our podcast that it seems to come up, every once in a while.
Yeah, what's that?
It's a certain thing I like to call sonic music, my friend. And I thought for you specifically.
Yeah, you're going to do this right now?
I'm going to do it live. Let's just let's see if it starts up. Of course, I don't have internet, so there we go. I found a way to make Sonic live just for you. Every week, I always try to pull off a Sonic music.
Can it get louder than that?
Of course.
That's why.
All right. I don't want to get sued.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we might, huh?
I mean, it's on Facebook.
They're gonna kick us off the internet.
But I found a way to make it live just for you, Brett. So that's your Sonic music of the day. I hope you guys enjoy.
Oh yeah, it's pretty solid.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what's up, Jesse? What's up, Nick? Blah blah blah. Jeez, don't you guys do anything but talk here?
Did he not see the eggs?
Oh, you missed the eggs, bro.
The eggs.
You got to go back. When it's done, you can see we do plenty more. That's the only time we've ever done the egg thing.
Yeah,
though.
I know. But I think we need to do
gross.
something more visually stimulating.
That was
episode.
gross.
Salem, we had Salem make a guest appearance.
Yeah, bro. We got eggs. We got cats.
This is the most visual podcast ever.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's
Next
pretty
week,
solid so far.
One chip challenge.
I don't know about that. Do you guys know about the one chip challenge? Because
If not, go look it up because you'll die.
I'm not about it. I
I'm
don't know
about
if
it.
I want to.
I'll do it.
You will?
I'll do the rest of the podcast.
It's freaking me out. Yeah.
So the one chip challenge is oh god, what are you laughing at?
Just the cat buttholes is coming back up.
Oh yeah, of course. That's
We got a question coming in, but you can carry on.
no, do the question.
Well, it's not here yet.
Well, okay then. How do you know we have a question if it's not here?
Well, Nick said, let me ask this, and typically following that, you're going to get a question or two.
Why didn't he just put it inside the same thought?
Well, it's all about inflection.
Okay, so he's like,
Nick would probably say, now listen, I don't mean to speak for you, but I feel like you would probably be like, let me ask this.
so dramatic
Dramatic.
pause.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
No, that's good.
And then I think I've told that story on the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it was elsewhere.
What is it?
He said, how's your water spitting game? Ever tell you about that? Played a show one time, and then
You spit water on people?
I did, actually.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, and played the set, and the set went really well.
Mm-hmm.
And then someone came up, I think I'm remembering this right. Dude came up afterwards and was just like, yo, man, that was a great set. When you spit water, that was awesome.
You would think
that was like,
I would take that as slang. Like you're rapping so well, dude. You're spitting water.
you usually spit fire. What does it mean if it's
spit water
water?
is like the ultimate.
Is that better? You think?
I mean,
I don't know,
some
man.
people could take it as worse, but I say spit water.
Yo, when you spit water,
Dude, that was top.
that was it. It was just like everything, like the whole set happened, and he was just like, yo, that water thing was nuts.
So he thought you planned it or something.
I mean, yeah, I didn't even know if I'd have water, you know?
But you just happened to have some.
Oh, yeah, I had some. Someone gave me
So
some.
it wasn't spit. I mean, it was a little bit spit.
I mean, I'm sure there was some mixed in there.
But it wasn't just like a big loogie.
Only as much as you get, like, when you share a sody.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, good old sodies.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Jesse Commenda took you long enough. Welcome to the party. I think we're done here.
That's it.
No, they just
He
told me
gets
that
here.
he joined. Yeah.
Well, every time he shows up, it reminds me, Broforce.
Broforce.
He loves Broforce. I'll give him Broforce. Another Broforce tonight, just for you.
Really?
Yeah.
You've been posting him just because he's been
Yeah,
asking for him?
every time we go live, I see his name because he initially was like, bring the people what they want.
Yeah.
And that Broforce.
And you're like, I should.
yeah.
Wow.
And that's it. He inspired me.
See, one man can make a difference.
But one difference cannot make the man.
I don't know. You got me.
I beat you.
I was going to respond with something, but then I realized I made an Instagram video saying that thing. And then it would be like I'm quoting myself, and that feels dumb.
Unless it's a good quote.
Right, but is it?
I mean, the magic that comes from my mouth,
Yeah.
totally quotable.
A great man once said,
Yes.
the magic that comes from my mouth, totally quotable.
See, there we go.
It's amazing.
That's it. And it's
real
just
good.
like, yeah. What? Are you reading comments?
I saw a comment from afar, and I'm going to...
Oh, man, your eyes are better than mine. All I see is... I can't even see it. Hi, do I? Oh, Lord.
I'm going to give you this, Jesse Commenda. You're at Redbox looking at the new arrivals. Split or Resident Evil 24?
It's a tough one.
We were just talking about Resident Evil.
I know. I swear, people are listening to us.
I know.
That's weird.
That is weird.
Split. Just.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I want to.
I wasn't even going to answer the question. Yeah, because we've been recording for what?
2 hours?
Maybe now, but it was probably an hour and a half before we went live.
Yeah.
And you guys are bringing up all stuff that we talked about.
I know.
already,
It's
which is
funny
pretty
because
gnarly.
I guess it's relevant today.
Yeah, must be.
But yeah, Resident Evil 24 is not good.
Have you seen it?
Yes.
Final chapter? Is that what
Final
we said it's
chapter.
called? Yep.
It's very, I mean, even Redbox is generous. Like, if you can find it at a dumpster,
Redbox is generous.
It's rough. I mean, if you've seen all the other ones, might as well finish it off. But
yeah, might as well just do it.
So what game are we playing?
What do you mean?
Tonight.
Oof.
Guys, throw out some suggestions as well.
What game we should play?
Yeah.
Now, are we doing like a long form Let's Play situation? We're
could
definitely going to play Injustice 2.
Absolutely.
Who's your character?
Supergirl.
Oh, really?
Supergirl is amazing.
Ooh.
Who do you play as?
Well, I've been playing as Black Canary a lot.
See, I like her speed.
Yeah, she's super fast, but you got to get up close to really.
Yeah.
She's like Iron Fist in Marvel vs. Capcom.
That's probably why you like her then.
Yeah, like if you can get close, you can do some damage. But if you can't, then you can't do some damage.
Yeah, you can't damage the goods.
Exactly.
That's what I got.
Always said.
Or Batman. I'm pretty good with Batman.
I might be Atrocitus and just rage vomit on you the whole time.
Oh my god, that's all he does.
Yeah.
Even his ultimate, he like grabs you and throws you, and then throws you up on your
and then
face.
or you can call in his cat assistant.
Yeah, Salem. That's what I call it.
Nate wants a freestyle. I'm not doing it.
Yo, dog. This is Tim freestyling. Dog.
Are you happy? Are you happy, Nate? Look what you've done.
I've ruined any chance for a future wife.
No, man. I think that's good for you to do that from time to time.
To just release my inner rap star.
You know, I do think frequently about One Take Wednesdays. I think I'm going to start doing them again, but I'm going to do them live.
And with me in the background.
Yeah.
Every
Dude,
single
one of my best ones was the one I did where you were handing me stuff. If you go to the Abala show on what's that website with all the videos?
YouTube?
There it is. It's One Take Wednesday take 6. Right? I think that's the one where you were handing me all the stuff.
Oh, I have no idea what take it was.
I don't know why I'm asking you.
Yeah.
But you remember that happening,
Oh, I
right?
do. Yeah.
Okay.
And that one, yeah, it was perfect.
Good one. It was pretty
I
clean.
mean, it's obvious because were my hands even in it?
Probably.
Because I'm a famous hand model.
Yeah, but that's the video that really did it.
Yeah.
I just
Oh no.
have Tim hand you random objects. Oh, yeah. See, he's requesting it. I mean, you didn't get shut down. I'm just saying remotes. Oh, I'm not prepared. You're out of things.
You don't think I'm never not always prepared to be
Nate,
ready?
Okay, now I'm making a commitment. I'm going to start doing one takes on Wednesdays.
Live. Facebook Live?
I think Facebook Live.
You heard it here first.
Does that mean I have to do it like next week?
You have to do it this week.
Here's the thing. Oh, shoot. Yeah, there's a Wednesday in this week.
Brett, why do you set yourself up for failure?
No, I feel bad. Nate, I didn't mean to shut you down, man.
Hey, I tried for him.
I'm just nervous is all.
No, I get you.
No, you know what I got to figure out is how to play. I guess I could just play the beat in the background.
Yeah, with the soundbar.
Yeah, but I feel like it's going to sound weird. I don't know if it's going to pick up well.
What else could you do?
I don't know. Be more tech savvy than I am? I don't know.
I guess you could put a phone or something close to the... but then they won't be able to hear you.
Yeah.
So you had to have it at a good range.
Right.
Where it is both...
Yes, do it live. Nate, I will. I'm gonna, man. I'm committing.
That's scary.
That's real scary.
I'm not committing.
Not even that good.
No way.
I don't even like rap.
Wow.
JK, LOL.
JK. Dude, that egg is going farther.
Still got that in there, huh?
Yep.
So I don't know. Should we wrap this up?
I guess so.
Thank you guys for jumping in. That makes it way better when there's people here.
Yeah, I love the communication. Just the words that people spread.
Yes, the words that people spread to.
I think so.
If you guys haven't, go follow the Keep Up page, and you can. Is it still like on Facebook? You like, but then you can choose to follow and see the posts.
Yes.
I feel like it's something like that.
Yeah, well, you just go to the search on the top and type in the Keep Up, and we'll be the first.
No, I know, but on the page, if you're not like following the page.
Oh, so you're saying, do you like the page and then follow?
Yeah, so that they'll actually see our posts.
I think if you like, you automatically follow, or if you follow, you automatically like, either or.
Okay.
Yeah, I think all I had to do is go and click it.
Whatever.
And we'll put a link into, not the description, but comment. We'll comment a link to the page.
Yeah, that sounds good. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Where else can people find us?
iTunes.
Yeah.
Our podcast comes out every
Friday. Yeah, the Keep Up
Look,
podcast.
Are these all likes popping up?
Looks like it.
Wow.
It could be a delay though. I'm not sure.
Well, anyways, I appreciate it.
It's very exciting to watch.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, you can subscribe to the podcast, the Keep Up podcast on iTunes or SoundCloud. And yeah, you'll have a new one every Friday. So this Friday, you'll get the one that includes this live section, and it'll be in its entirety.
Yep.
And
you can also find us on YouTube at the Keep Up VE.
Yeah.
We're starting in June. We're gonna start releasing all the video podcasts once a week, maybe even twice a week, depends how nice I'm feeling.
Whoa.
To catch up to the current ones. On top of that, we have shorts. We have like game shows. We have a bunch of things we're working on. So if you subscribe now, you'll get to see it before we get super popular.
I mean.
What else? We have Instagram, we have Twitter, we're everywhere. You think social, we're media.
Yeah, well put.
Thanks.
Instagram, the Keep Up.
Yep.
Not HQ.
Not HQ. Twitter is the Keep Up.
Twitter HQ. At the Keep Up HQ.
Everywhere else you type in the Keep Up will be there.
Yeah.
But Twitter's a weird. Twitter is a weird.
Weird. I was just making sure that's what came out. I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
You
Twitter.
wanna?
Oh yeah.
Is everything still recording? It is. We're gonna bow out.
Bow out.
Bow out.
Oh, I thought you said bow out.
No, I don't know what bowing wout is.
It's like bow wow, but bow out.
Nate was just spamming likes and loves.
Well, I like those loves. And
Yeah,
I love those
into
likes.
Thank you guys for joining. You about to?
Yeah.
This is the part where I leave and Tim just babbles for a minute.
Yeah, I like to give you the idea. Like, if you're thinking a thought about unicorns, don't think that, because unicorns don't only go north, but they like to lay down. They like to appreciate the ground as it comes up, and if it's not moving forward, it's not moving backwards. And like, microphones can jiggle. All you gotta do is punch them. But if you're not serious about it, give up. But don't give up on your dreams, kids, because the unicorn smelling the grass punching the microphone connects all the dots like a puzzle. Put the pieces in like a tower. 1, 2, and 3. I only got 2. Folks, stay golden. And remember, appreciate your parents.
Ooh, give a special one for the vodka.
Oh, and for the vodcast, may you guys feel the force awaken inside your thighs.